Coming up on this episode of The Brain Drain Show.
I went about 10 years with no alcohol at all because I knew I had a problem. When you start to realise you're losing people around you as well that should still be here, you think to yourself, like, am I next? Like, why am I here? That should be me. People start dying around you. Oh, where's such and such? Oh, he passed away. Something like, well, you start to realise that you can't live your whole entire life that way. And it's not good to pass that influence onto other people. People don't realise that I was a street skater and done that sort of stuff back then. It's quite funny. He bit someone's ear off. It got really fucking bad. It was always going to end badly. My first pro graphic on Death, and I was pretty ill at the time. I didn't want anyone knowing. Ended up in some bad stuff where obviously he ended up in prison. And I think, to be honest, a lot of people were leeching off of him, of what he was doing, just because he's made it for himself now. Now you're a cool kid? Fuck off. He was putting a lot of pressure on Ben at the time. Like, I got no problem with saying it. He's a fucking arsehole and everyone says it. I wouldn't give this to anyone. I don't care. If you think that someone's struggling as well, don't just think, oh, they'll be alright. I think that's when I kidnapped Ben Groves as well. He wouldn't get out of the car, and I kidnapped him, drove him back to Ipswich.
Good evening and welcome to another great episode of The Brain Drain Show with me, Forde, Brookfield. Joined to my left is...
Toby.
And Toby. Who's joined to your left today?
Today we have Mr. Lee Blackwell on.
Round of applause in studio audience, please.
We need to, I know I keep saying it, but we need to have some kind of fake applause.
Fake audience laughter.
Canned applause.
Can you
so it sounds like we've actually got people in here.
Can you get me a soundboard?
Yeah.
So I can
Absolutely we can. If you research and find out which one we need, just send me the link and we'll get it.
Sick.
Or we can just buy...
You can have certain sound effects, like he does when we have events and he does the machine gun sound on the DJ thing constantly.
Or maybe just for this one, just add crickets in the background, like silence.
Lee, don't be like that.
You should buy an air horn in the intro. That'd be good.
No, because confetti cannons, yeah.
Shall we?
I want a soundboard for real. That'd be sick.
For every guest, shall we get confetti cannons, but never clean up the set, so it just gets more. It just gets more and more.
Kate's was supposed to be coming back on to do a 50th anniversary on, which I guess probably cut this out, but we had to reschedule. But he just sent me a picture, and it was like a big bag of party poppers because he was wanting to make it his birthday thing.
No way.
No, that can stay in.
Can it? Okay.
I mean, just to clarify, it's Kate's 50-year birthday in skateboarding. The guy's like 75 years old now.
It's mad to think that guy's actually like...
You think his head's getting smaller the older he gets?
Anyway.
You see, that's where the soundboard would have come in.
Yeah, like a soundboard going...
Yeah,
ooh.
you could just do canned laughter, like...
Just imagine it's like, oh, no, you didn't.
I'm excited to get Kate's on again because... I said to you the other day, I was like, what else has he got to talk about? But Kate's can just, you know, if we sat here and just went, Kate's, talk to us.
We're already giving him too much time. This is Blackwell's episode, so let's get on with Blackwell.
He has got a lot of knowledge, though. He's done a lot of stuff, hasn't he? He's got a lot of stories.
I mean, he's been around the block a bit, hasn't he? For many, many decades. Right, Lee, let's crack on with this. Let's get stuck in.
I just want to make sure that is Lee's audio all right?
Everything's great.
Sorry, we'll get him really angry, so he shouts loads.
Get him angry.
Do I actually speak really quietly?
Yeah, but then
it's quite peaceful.
But then I think a lot of people do that. They come on and they're quite like understandably
really
quite reserved.
I get it from a lot of people though. They say that I speak really quietly now. I think it's like because I used to be really loud and kind of like up my own arse and obnoxious.
Yeah,
like I've quietened down a bit. Like as
I think that's
kind of
with
lost.
age, isn't it? You sort of chill out a bit.
Yeah.
I'm certainly more reserved.
I couldn't imagine you to ever be like loud.
I
and
never
obnoxious,
was.
though.
No, just not that
Your
sort
voice
of person.
seems to be a little bit of a bitch.
I just used to drink a lot and just used to think I was a rock star, so I was just loud and look at me.
Are you still drinking?
No, not really. I'll have occasional beer, like if me and Munson go skating, we might have a beer at the end of it or something like that. But I don't really drink unless I go to a couple of events and then I think to myself, you know what, I'm going to have a drink with all my mates and everything. But other than that, I keep away from it. I went about 10 years with no alcohol at all because I knew I had a problem.
Yeah,
it's funny, isn't it? Because as a lot of people have got older, so many people have been quitting booze, and it's certainly something that I'm aware of that I would like. I go months sometimes without drinking, and then something will happen. Yeah, and you're back. Like,
comes to work absolutely pissed.
We're seeing people like
the car park pissed.
Seeing people like Pritchard, quit the way he did and become all healthy and everything. It was pretty inspiring as well.
Well, like with Pritch, I mean, I don't think I'm speaking out of terms, but like his fascination with that kind of party mentality. He's just switched that fascination over to the healthier.
Yeah. Well, that was our lifestyle, like for all of us, and people like Greg Noack were the same as well.
Yeah.
We used to, there was something about it when we all got together. It was just that whole lifestyle of, it was just cool to skate and just be like off your tree all the time. Yeah.
It was kind of like that, wasn't it? Like, it was like...
Well, it's changed through I think social media's changed it, hasn't it?
I think
that's a massive change.
But also the
aging.
people that were doing it have got older.
Yeah.
And, you sort of get to a point, don't you, where it's just like, I can't keep doing this.
Yeah. I think you start like, and it sounds pretty morbid starting it this way, but when you start to realise you're losing people around you as well, that should still be here.
Yeah.
You think to yourself like, am I next? Like, why am I here? That should be me.
Yeah.
And I think that done it a lot as well. You start to look at younger generations of skates coming through, they're taking on like your images because that's what they're influenced by. And you're like, man, that's really not good. I don't really want to be that kind of a role model. It's not good. And then, people start dying around you. Oh, where's such and such? Oh, he passed away. Something like, well, you start to realise that you can't live your whole entire life that way. And it's not good to pass that influence onto other people.
I think it's just good to get to an age and slow down doing it. Like, I've not drank for 6 or 7 years, but I miss like the events in the video prems when like you get pissed at the prem and get a bit rowdy, then you go out and it'd just be fucking smashing up toilets and.
See, I've never been like that.
You were always in the corner, weren't you?
Yeah. Like I'll be the first one to admit, like I do rely on alcohol in certain situations, just because I am very reserved. Like,
it can sometimes be social anxiety, innit? You just like to deal with so many people. You think, oh, I have a drink.
But it's taken me years to know that's why I was always,
Yeah.
But I mean,
I think that's the reason that a lot of people do anything like that. I think might not necessarily realise it at the time, but I think I did that with weed for the longest time because of like my anxiety. I was just getting
and sometimes you need a
really
bit of space
stoned
to look back and sort of understand why you behave, not you personally, but how people behave in certain.
Yeah, I think
things,
everybody just gets to a time where you start reflecting on things, same as like what Lee said, and then you just realise that the time's come that you can't be. That's why I quit smoking, because I was just like, if I carry on smoking, it will be the thing that, it will be the thing that kills me in the end. Like I'll end up with like, I don't know, like throat cancer or something. So I was just like, I'm not doing that anymore.
I got to a point where I couldn't even skate without alcohol. It just
does get to that point, doesn't it?
Yeah, it came hand in hand. Like,
especially at events and stuff.
Yeah, get myself drunk, didn't feel anything and that. Somehow was able to function. And then I'd just end up like throwing myself into it.
Did you find you had to sort of relearn to skate a little bit when you...
Completely.
I was like that
with
the weed.
Yeah.
My balance was fucked for months.
As soon as I came away from the alcohol, and I obviously stepped back from skating, I didn't quit, but I stepped back from it a little bit, just rolled on my own
just to
terms
give
sort of
yourself
thing.
time sort of thing.
I started realising I'm thinking about stuff a lot more. I'd look at something and be like, whoa, how the hell did I do that? And then I realised it's because I didn't do it, the alcohol did it. Like a lot of the stuff I've done in the past is all alcohol related, where people say like, oh, do you remember doing this? That's so gnarly. It's like, just about I remember.
Yeah.
But when I do remember, I see the footage back. It's like, yeah, I do remember that. And I look at it and I think, yeah, that was wicked. Then I think to myself, I was off my tree. I was pissed. And it's not really something to think like, it's not a great achievement when you look at it really.
I know what you're saying, but it's a tough one, isn't it? Like, alcohol's so sort of not pushed, but publicised and
but it was in skating for a long time.
Oh yeah, I mean, our generation.
Everyone loves Baker 3, and you look at it now, and it's quite sad. Like Ellington's getting battered because he's pissed. Reynolds is pissed. Dollin, this is the thing.
How is Dollin even alive?
Getting to an age to stop it, and then you look at Dollin's Instagram and even that Baker 4 thing, and he's like pissed asleep in the grass, and it's like this is quite sad, bro. You're like 45 years old, and you're in.
And that's things like. There's only so long you can carry on skating like that for. It's good to party and everything, and I think younger generation need to do it because it is fun. Like going out with your mates,
like
skating,
I said, I do miss it sometimes.
Smashed, going to band, it's good fun. But the thing is, you got to have that switch off point.
Yeah,
there's comes a point in life where you got to say like, do I want to be in this for the long run or the short run? And I think if I carried on any longer, there's no way.
I think it's way sketchier when you see someone still living like that doesn't, like we spoke about it before, having a job that requires you to not drink and take away from it. But some people that just skate every day and they drink every day, you're like, oh mate, this is actually a bit sad.
You know,
now.
when Jason was here and he was talking about like when he was filling up water bottles with vodka and going to work.
Yeah.
And that's when it's like, holy shit, that's...
Yeah, I got to that stage where I was doing that. Like, I'd be filling my bottle with Coke and rum or Jack and stuff and going to work like it.
Yeah.
But you're feeling healthier now, yeah?
Yeah, loads healthier.
Yeah?
Loads. I spend more time, and people see from my Instagram now, I spend more time in the gym than I do on my board.
Yeah, we'll get on to the active lifestyle
That's good.
stuff.
I'm glad, like I said, like our generation, you look back all those events in like the 2000s and it was pretty heavy going, wasn't it? Like, I mean, I think when we did we did a few tours, didn't we? We did the Eastpak Butlins Tour. We'll talk about that in a bit. That was fucking funny. But like the Squadrophenia Tour, I wasn't drinking at that point.
No, I remember,
luckily, because I fucking hate,
I remember Zorlak turning around and saying, like, and like I would don't mind me talking about it. Me, Ronnie, Nicholson, that we're like main ones that used to be off our tree all the time.
Yeah.
And I remember like Zorlak was a little bit worried about Nicholson at the time and he said to me, like, when we do this tour, do you reckon like you can just ease a little bit on the drinking? Because I think, Mark's struggling a bit.
Yeah.
You are a bit.
I think he really was at that time.
He cared about it. And that really sunk in a lot.
Yeah. It's funny, isn't it, in hindsight, and you look back at those times and you can kind of see, almost what you mentioned about that kind of social anxiety and like, we had 2 tour vans and it was all you guys. And at the time, still is Death, was a real prominent brand and the video there was loads of hype and you guys were getting a lot of attention and people deal with that kind of attention in different ways. And certainly there were people on the team that, handled it differently.
We turn up drunk to every single demo.
Yeah.
Before we even got out of the van, like we were smashed before we got everywhere. There was one time when we turned up to the park in Norwich, Norfolk, Yarmouth. That was it.
Yeah.
And we all got out to do this demo, all with beers in our hands, and it's just full of kids everywhere and parents all looking at us and stuff. And we just turning it on. But the fact that we're smashed, these parents are probably looking at us being like, oh my God, sort of thing. Like, these are what our kids are, the heroes sort of thing. This is what they want to be. And then you got, like, it was quite funny, like, Rog came out, it's like, we were all like, where's Kate's? And he's outside, I think, with Wag, I think he was there. He's handing out cigarettes to kids at the time and stuff like that, which, like, oh, man.
I fucking love Wag.
It was so best. Good, so funny.
The best thing two things I heard Wag say on that tour. We were going to get breakfast somewhere, I don't know where it was, and he turned around to me and Kate's and just asked what fried bread was. I was just like, fried bread, dude. Like,
he just summed it up.
Exactly what it says. And I remember walking outside and it was raining it had been raining, it was wet on the floor, and he's like, why is the floor wet? That's kind of what you're dealing with. But yeah, big up Wag, he's fucking best. Yeah, I see he's skating a bit more now as well.
I was going to say, I see some footage of him not so long ago skating. That hyped me up. I was stoked to see that.
Yeah, he was so funny. I got some good footage of him, like
his big old clumpy feet and everything.
Yeah. He used to get so fucking mad when things didn't work out with skating. He used to lose his fucking shit.
He'd just go bright red and look like he was going to burst and start shaking and everything. Like,
screaming and stuff. He was the best. Right, should we go back to sorry, that was kind of a morbid intro into alcoholism.
No, that's good though. We'll touch base on it a little bit more, I'm sure.
Yeah. Should we start with the regular kind of thing? Do you kick that one off?
You jump
in.
I've
just talked more than I normally do for the whole episode. So
take the reins.
All right, let's go back to the beginning then. So where are you from?
Originally Essex, Southend, born in Chelmsford.
Are you actually from Southend?
I was born in Chelmsford,
right?
But, grew up in Southend. Pretty much my whole life was Southend, Leigh-on-Sea, up until about when Leigh-on-Sea closed, really.
I got my first skateboard in Southend because my grandma, my dad's mum, she lived in Southend, and my cousins lived in a little village outside Southend called Barling, and it was around the time like Turbo 2 boards, late 80s and stuff. Yeah. I remember, I can't remember is it Angel Walk, the shopping centre?
Yeah.
So I just remember my first kind of experience of skating was there. I remember walking into the town one Saturday when we were visiting, and I saw this guy and he was wearing the Powell Tommy Guerrero joggers, and he did a front board on this bench.
No way.
And I remember looking at it, and me and my brother, we were just like, what the fuck? And my cousins had both got boards around that time, and that was it, hooked.
Yeah.
And then Leigh-on-Sea, obviously that's, that would have been your local park. I
Yeah,
guess?
that was my home park. Before skating though, like I was BMX before a skateboard. I was just a kid on a BMX because I knew BMXs. And when we moved to Southend, didn't really know like BMXs and stuff. And it just happens where we moved, there was a couple of sponsored skaters. One guy in particular called Paris. He was on Vision, lived up the end of my road.
Right.
So I just kind of started watching him on his board. And I was like, I want to give that a try. And just got a second-hand board. Little shop called Reckless Eric's.
Yeah.
And that was it.
What were the shops in Southend over the years? I know there was like a little one in like some indoor market thing.
Yeah,
on that Angel Walk for a bit.
In
that precinct.
Yeah, because it's now called the Royals and that, and it in shops.
That's it.
Yeah.
And
that was where
T-shirt from there.
Yeah, it was pretty much like Powell Peralta and Deathbox. Yeah. That whole thing was Powell Peralta and Deathbox.
Sounds like a dream shop for me.
Oh, it's amazing. I still remember it now, being like walking past and just being like, oh.
I remember my first set of new wheels, and it's like I can almost smell them, and they're bright orange Skull Skates wheels.
Yeah.
Ooh,
and I just remember picking them up, and they had this smell, like this weird urethane smell. I can still smell them, sort of thing. And it was the first. I didn't even know the shop was there. I was just with my mum.
Yeah.
And then I was just like.
That's what I was like. It was like loads of fluorescent, brightly coloured stuff, and it was.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the best feelings, is it being a kid and seeing skate stuff. Like, you're just so blown away by it when you're young, aren't you?
Well, we were talking about earlier, graphics and stuff on boards. I think, I was just on the cusp of it, but still missed it. But when you talk about going into shops and like board graphics were sick and it was colour everywhere, I think board graphics are they're a bit dead now. Yeah. It's like there's not really much inspiration behind them. And we look at the catalogues and we're like, even up to like the mid-90s, they were still kind of good. Started going a bit computerized and a little bit bland. And
we had a shop called Wings and Wheels.
Yeah, that's the other one.
The massive one in Leigh-on-Sea, and it's kind of close to like how like roller skates is, the layout and everything. You go in, there's boards everywhere, on the ceilings, everything. And like I say, when it comes to graphics, I just remember again walking in, seeing all the Powell graphics and that, and just Blockhead graphics, Santa Cruz.
Yeah,
I was like, it was insane. But kids miss out on that now.
Well, there's not so much of it. Like around that time, when you look at boards, every single graphic would be sick, but every single graphic was on a board that was different shape, designed by that pro.
So it was identified.
And then everything just went popsicle, rugby shape, popsicle.
Well, Welcome kind of bought it back for a while.
Yeah,
and now...
but it's still kind of, there's very few boards on the market now that are a pro's shape.
Yeah.
Andy Anderson, the Zerosh boards. There's probably a few more.
Me and Sean were talking
like
earlier.
the iShod with a twin tail and stuff like that.
Me and Sean were talking earlier. We're not going to mention the brand, but Sean was like, "Mate, I saw this graphic over there. It's like a fucking scribble on a chalkboard. Who the fuck wants to skate that?"
Is you right, like?
It's like a couple of squiggly lines.
But Lance Mountain done that with like the stickmen stuff and all that sort of thing.
Yeah, but that's kind of his style, and that's worked. It's been there for so long.
Acceptable.
This actually looked like somebody. It looked like somebody gone to write something on a chalkboard at school, and they'd like tripped up into the chalkboard. Like it was just literally a squiggle. It was.
A lot of it's just fashion designers. They get graphic designers now and just be like,
space.
"Oh, we want this to be cool."
I think a lot of graphics look like you've just asked ChatGPT to do it.
Yeah.
Going back to, before we're off topic, about school skates wheels, I had it's the reason I got into 97A. I got given some 97A bright yellow school skates wheels from fucking Dearman himself. I left it at a spot, a slappy curb outside a car garage. I didn't realise till the next day, and I called up the garage and I was like, "Hello, my nephew was skating outside your property and he left this board with..." Because I just wanted those wheels because they were from the Dearman of Dark Woods himself. And they were like, "Nope, not got it." And I know that they fucking have, because they'd paint the curbs, and when they were painted, everyone would be like, "Shit, the curbs are painted, let's go skate them."
Yeah.
So they obviously saw the board propped up and they were like, "Fucking skateboarders."
Taking that.
And I've never been able to get those wheels again. Just, bright yellow, black painted round the outside with just the school started round. They were incredible. I think they were my first kind of conical shaped wheels as well.
That's even that, things like that, like wheels back then would be like masses of graphic detail around them and stuff.
Yeah, we got these guys on the and we got where's the OJ Team Riders?
Typical OJ.
They're my old set there.
OJ Team Riders.
They don't make it like they used to, do they?
OJ Santa Cruz were like,
we got given some of those cockroach wheels as well with the print on the actual wheel itself.
with the little roaches going.
Yeah,
around.
Yeah.
Sean, could you
Right.
just grab those? Just quick, show
And I
they're
can remember-
reissue ones. They're not originals, but
I can remember getting my first set of slime balls as well when it
Yeah.
had like the.
I mean, I think they are a different shape to the originals, but just having the
That's
cock-
so good.
I've just got to give a shout out to the. Was his name Paul? Maybe.
Dunno,
Let
but
me.
get his
I'm
name
just
and then
going to
give him a
double check because I want to give him a nice
He sent us
shout
a bo-
out.
He sent us
I didn't
those
even
and
know
those-
Cockroach was still going. So to see
Yeah,
that,
they are still going.
I'm stoked on that.
Yeah,
'Cause
That's
I remember
why
having a set where
Tom,
they were just
yeah.
cockroaches all the way around them.
Tom Crago, aka TS Crago 1978. He sent us those wheels, the ones behind you. He sent us some rad
Big up
magazines.
Crago.
And yeah, Crago.
Crago,
If
mate.
you're listening, Crago, shout out to our boy Crago.
yeah. Thanks for sending that in.
That's why I really like those. You know, the Klaus Grabkey clock face wheels, because they're like old wheels. They've got
There's
a
just
full
so much
like the
going on.
full
Yeah.
print on them. They're
I do
sick.
like that. But you
I
know,
feel like it
for
got to the point where it was like it wasn't cool to have your graphic on the outside of your wheel and it had to be
No.
plain. I like graphic on everything. I don't care if someone could. I did it for a while. I conformed to it, but now I'm 34. I don't care. I love the Andy Anderson boards, and I'm going to skate dragon wheels.
I have 3 wheels turned round, said just blank side, then 1 wheel.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Graphics.
quite cool, actually. I
Yeah.
like that.
But the reason these graphics have come back in a bit more is because for so long wheels were just like little fucking tablets, weren't they? You had it was
so
reverse conical, inverted conical. So your graphics are just going to wear off anyway. But now, because of the way that they're doing them, you've got
They
that
just last
conical,
for ages,
so
don't they?
the graphics stay on. So anyway, so Southend Wings and Wheels,
Yeah.
started BMXing, and then the guy at the end of your street was on Vision.
Yeah.
So did you just start skating with him? Who was that guy again?
His name was Paris.
Right.
Like I to remember him having like long blonde hair, and he was just really quiet, but incredible.
Yeah.
Such a good street skater. And I didn't know anything about like skating or anything like that. And I got like an old deck which was from a boot sale, and I just thought, oh, it looks all right. My dad took it in the shed and he sanded it down and stained it for me and everything.
That's sick.
Did he paint flames on it? Our neighbour's dad used
It
to
was
put
literally
flames
just
on everyone's
blank.
boards.
And it was literally just blank. And I remember him like wood gluing like sandpaper, literally
Yeah.
sandpaper to the top. 'Cause
Yeah.
I didn't know what grip tape was or anything.
Yeah.
And this guy he sorted me out some old trucks, like some old Gullwing. I think they were like Gullwing Street Shadows or something. And that was it. That's how I started rolling around on the board. Didn't know anything about skating at all. Couldn't do it. Took me like over a year just to drop in like 3.5 foot mini ramp.
Yeah.
Like just
I can
couldn't do
remember
it.
the first time I actually dropped in though, and like how blown my mind was. I was like, "Fucking hell, this is it!"
Yeah.
Like it was incredible.
Do you remember that old metal mini ramp in
That's
the
the
park
one.
on the way into Southend? When we used to drive in, me and my brother would always be like, "There's a mini ramp, there's a mini ramp." I don't think I ever skated it, but
That's the old.
Is that still
Oakwood.
there?
No, they've literally. I think it must have been about a month ago now. Ripped it down.
Fuck it, that has
Cut it
been
down,
there
taken
for
it
probably nearly 40 years.
Yeah,
Probably
maybe.
has 40 years.
Yeah, it must be.
I
Way
can't believe
longer
that
than I
thing is still
started.
there that long.
Yeah,
Right.
that's the first ramp that I ever dropped
That's
in
where
on.
you learn to drop in
Yeah.
on. That's
That
sick.
every single weekend, because we didn't live too far from it.
Yeah.
So we used to just skate down the carriageway,
Yeah,
and then we go and skate there every weekend,
yeah.
and just that was it. And then someone said about this Leigh-on-Sea Rampage Park.
Yeah.
I was like, I want to go there. My dad was like, you ain't going there. You ain't wasting your time doing all this. As parents do, they don't want you bumming around the streets and stuff.
Mm.
And then my friend, I think it was his uncle, which is a guy called Beanie, who's his son skates now as well.
Mhm.
He's really good. And I can't remember who he was riding for at the time, but I remember I was hanging around. I think it was his nephew or something, maybe Jason. I'm not too sure. And apparently there was this demo going on, some tour and stuff, and it turned out it was the Bones Brigade. Powell tour.
Leigh-on-Sea.
Yeah, and
I
that's
was
the
there.
first time I ever
Yeah.
went to that park.
Right.
We've
on that day.
spoke about
Yeah.
that
it was a
demo
fucking
before,
rad
so-
demo.
how was that demo? Talk us through it, because obviously I wasn't there, but I think I've seen footage of it and it was
It's the
busy.
one where
it was mental.
Hawk did 12 muck twists,
12
12
muck
540s
twists.
in a row.
Yeah, and the last
In a
one,
row?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the last one was just a backside 540.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So never seen anything like it before.
There's
in my
Bucky
life.
Lasik, Nicky
Guerrero, Tony Hawk,
Sean
Bucky
Walters
Laser.
there skating as well.
I can't remember if Stubb came over and was skating with him or not at that time. McGill.
Yeah.
he was
But
over.
at that time, Leigh-on-Sea was quite, because there wasn't many skate parks.
No.
So Leigh-on-Sea was quite a big deal. It was right on the seafront. Leigh-on-Sea's just off to the side of Southend, and it had a big vert ramp. I remember standing on top of the vert ramp. You know, the opposite side to the car park where it's just a big drop on the back. I remember being up there one day and it was so windy. I was like, this is fucking like it was scary shit.
Supposedly based off of like Hawk obviously had his ranch.
Yeah.
And apparently it was based off of the vert ramp dimensions that he had.
Right.
So it was 13 foot, which is absolutely monster for that sort of time, considering all the vert ramps were only like 10 foot high.
Yeah.
With a 14-foot tombstone on it. Mm-hmm. It was massive.
And there was no like guards on the side of the tombstone, and it was just straight down off the edges.
You were falling.
It was a pretty gnarly ramp, and it was like linked up to a MIDI ramp, which was 9 or 10?
10 foot.
Which is the one, I don't know if you remember when we went through Skin's archive, there's the picture of the guns, frontside ollie on it, and there's me and my brother sat on the...
Yeah.
Because it was all covered in shingles, wasn't
there
it?
as well.
What's that?
The Cardiel photo.
Yeah. There's like, there was shingles all between all the ramps, and there was like a really small mini ramp that random tangent in one of the early video logs. There's me doing a tray flip fakie on that ramp because it was all painted blue metal surface after.
We'll have to find that so I can lay it over. I'd love to see that. And then
you had like that the mini ramp with the platform volcano thing into that weird vert wall. Did it have Paul Coping?
Paul Coping along the top,
and that kind of went up like that, and then went.
Yeah.
And
transition, then flat bank, then kinked, and then up, and massive Paul Coping at the top. So good.
It's funny, like, I mean, as it, be more the same for you, but Leigh-on-Sea was a really big part of me skating. Like, that's
what made me a skateboarder.
Yeah.
If anything, it wasn't the people or anything. It was literally that park, seeing that, and seeing what was going on. I was like, this is what I'm gonna do.
Yeah. I still dream about it now. I have frequent dreams about being at Leigh-on-Sea.
I left Southend because that park got ripped down.
Yeah.
When they pulled that park down, I just thought there's nothing left for me.
Yeah.
That's skateboarding done, finished.
But yeah, there was always demos there, and Barry and Jamie Dring would always be there.
Lewis Childs.
Yeah.
Colin Perry.
They were so good.
And again, Sean Ward, who's now Sean Kelly.
Yeah.
Like, I was massively influenced by those guys.
Yeah.
Like, because I was going there every day.
They were amazing though.
Oh, yeah.
Sean especially, like.
Well, I didn't see like Sean till a little bit later on. The main people that I see down there was obviously, like say, Lewis Child, Jamie Dring, flied around, Fraser Campbell and that, and they just had so much style. And then you had the Euros, which were coming over here as well. People like Mark Aziza was coming over and skating. And some of the Yanks, they'd come and just camp out throughout the summer. So for me, like, that's who I kind of started growing up skating, like sort of thing. But it also carried a really weird attitude. It was, if you didn't throw down or you wasn't stylish, it was like, get off our ramp sort of thing, and that you get bullied like anything. Like, I got bullied a lot by them, and I thank them for it in some ways. But it was all about style. You had to be the stylish skater down there. Every trick you done had to be tweaked. Every air you done had to be like the right position.
Did you have to
right
smack
look.
your tail?
Tail smacks, nose slaps, everything.
All of that stuff. Like, it was pretty much like, if you wasn't skating with the same kind of image style as like Hosoi, that over reactive style, then you were dog shit basically. Yeah. And so I grew up thinking that's the cool way to skate, and learned a lot from it. And then Sean Moore came along, and he was an animal. Yeah. And I just kind of like looked at this guy and was like, this guy doesn't give a shit. Yeah. He doesn't care about style. He doesn't care about how he looks or anything. He was just having it, ain't shit. And he had every single trick you can imagine. And he was just hammering himself. Mm-hmm. And he was just so gnarly, skating as fast as he could as well. And just dying on stuff. And the stuff he was making, you were just like, oh my God, no one's doing that. I was like, no offense to you lot, but fuck you lot, I want to skate like this. This guy's having it. And that was it from there. And I didn't really care so much for style or anything.
I remember going there, seeing him skating a vert ramp on really, really small wheels, and really having to pump. But he used to do back D reverse, and he'd always kind of alley-oop it, didn't? And it was so good.
540 ching ching.
Yeah, he just had it all the best trick selection.
Yeah. Sow flips, the Benny Harners, mainly the Benny Harners over the gaps and stuff.
I've got a weird story. I don't think I've told this story on here before, but I had this. There was a bunch of us at our school, who skated, and one of them was sort of kind of into skating, and his dad was fucking loaded, and he was like, where do you want to go for your birthday? And at the time he was like, I want to go to Leigh-on-Sea. So we all just bailed into his dad's Land Rover and burnt our way over there. Anyway, we got there, and my friend Keenan, he had Jeremy Klein, the Black Eye Kid board.
Yep.
Wearing a Vision Streetwear long sleeve t-shirt, green like cargo pants, Vision DV8s, right? We got there and we're skating, and then this dude turns up wearing exactly the same outfit as him, riding the same board, looked very, very similar, to the point where we were all like, what's going on here? Like, because they looked like brothers or twins. Everyone there was just like, what is this? Like, so random. Like, almost like, I know a lot of people dressed the same around then, but he looked like him. And it was almost like stunt doubles. It's very strange. Doppelgangers, they exist. Sorry. Right, go on. Next bit. Next.
I mean, all I was going to say was when you said about McGill, I went to his skate shop in San Diego.
You been to America?
No, not yet.
Have you?
But I was so pumped. I was like, I'm going to go in and he's going to be there. He wasn't there. But the lad behind the counter was sound, and I was saying to him, I was like, oh, what's he like working for me?
George Powell phoned Forde and went, look, there's a British guy coming in. And this called McGill. McGill, there's a British guy coming in. He's got long hair. When he walks in, just hide. That's what happened.
George Powell DM'd me the other day.
Yeah, I know.
No, like, so he left a nice message, didn't he, on my 2025 recap. But then I woke up yesterday morning and he'd sent me a private DM.
Saying?
Just can't talk about what me and George are talking about, but
Is it your contract?
it's my contract, yeah.
You leaving?
It's my pro contract.
Well, I mean, I hope that happens.
I'm getting a pro board.
Cool.
For doing absolutely nothing. I mean, half of those guys on that team have still got the pro boards and they ain't done anything since '86.
Yeah, but it's what they did.
Yeah, I know.
It's what they did and how they changed.
Me and Sean talk about it all the time. It's the style, it's the charisma, it's the personality, it's the sex appeal.
Let's get back onto Lee Blackwell because it's his episode.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't mind it.
So, Leigh-on-Sea.
It was a weird place, Leigh-on-Sea. As cool as it was the weirdest place in the world. Like, so many things happened down that park, and just the stuff that came out was nuts. It had a few different owners, but
was it always privately owned?
Yeah, a guy called Graham, who actually, I think he owned Wings and Wheels.
Yeah,
he was a fisherman. Had a lot of money, and I can't remember whether it was his son or he's just friends with someone. Don't know the original story behind it. Just got involved and he put the money into it, and that was it. Just decided to build the park for everyone.
Yeah. Did he buy the land?
Yeah.
So he owned the land, so he could essentially do what.
So was it outdoor but gated?
It was outdoor, sealed off and gated. Yeah.
Fucking, it sounds amazing. When I look at photos and videos of it, it looks incredible.
Yeah, all wooden. They had a shit little street course at the end that was kind of a...
When they rebuilt the new, what's now Leigh-on-Sea skate park there and everything, and I see it, I was pretty bummed because I knew what was there originally.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is such a shame. They should have just rebuilt what was there, even if it was out of concrete. And I think a few of the guys were a bit pissed that they were like, no, this park's amazing. What you're talking about? I was like, you have no idea what I grew up with. Like, you think that's amazing. Like, you know, I have a permanent hard-on if you see what we used to have there to what they got now. And even now, if they rebuilt Leigh-on-Sea now, it'd still by far be one of the best parks in the UK as regarding transition goes. You can guarantee everyone will be there all the time.
Yeah, it was all
just
linked up, so you could skate over the hips and round it and stuff. It was kind of like, I don't know, it's like an assault course of mini ramps and bowls and stuff.
Yeah. You could literally go around the whole entire park from one to the other without walking across the floor. All different ramps, but because of the way they were linked by hips or platform gaps and stuff like that, you could choose your lines and stuff. You could get around the whole thing. It was wicked.
A bowl as well at the end, wooden bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a special time in skating, that, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it was. A lot of people will hold that time, do you?
Any park that requires me not to push is a good park. That's the way I look at it. I don't want to be pushing halfway across a fucking skate park.
Yeah, you didn't have to push at all there at all.
Yeah.
Well, you couldn't, because if you did try to push, you'd be just going through like heaps of shingle and shell across the floor, because that's what it was, wasn't it? Just, but that was also the bad thing as well, because if you didn't have a broom there and any of the wind blew the shells on top of that, you didn't see them, you would die. It was like Flat Spot City.
Yeah,
and it was bad.
Leigh-on-Sea, how did you like start getting hooked up and starting, really getting into skating?
I think that's just a case of hanging around the right people, and obviously I made like friends with guys that owned the skate shops at the time.
Yeah.
There was Alan Hammond, who unfortunately ain't with us anymore. Him and his brother Trevor had Jelly Mumbo's. Their original shop was Reckless Eric's, but they took over Leigh-on-Sea Skate Park and Jelly Mumbo's skate shop, and from that they just kind of started sorting me out boards and things from there. Not even like a
Jelly Mumbo's.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say it was like a shop
Incredible
sponsor.
name, isn't it?
That's a Neil Blender trick name.
Is it?
Yeah. I think it's a front side invert into nose pick.
Yeah,
and then you go in like an easy mammoth off your hand. I think.
I remember we drove down there one day. We had a bit of cash, and they had loads of DCs in there. I don't think they were via the UK distributor. I think they used to get stuff in direct, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they had some really fucking good stuff in there.
They had some big contacts.
Yeah.
And it used to come direct from America.
Yeah.
They didn't have to go through UK distribution. Phase 7 was one of the big ones back then.
Yeah.
They didn't have to go through any people like that.
Yeah, they had some good stuff there.
Good.
We went in there and spent quite a bit of cash.
Yeah. But they started fizzling out and stuff, especially after Alan passed away.
Hmm.
And then a few of my friends, like Dovey, Billy and Matt, opened up a skate shop in Southend called Methods.
Right.
And they hooked me up on shop sponsor straight away, which was really cool, because I hadn't been sponsored like properly or anything before. Started not printing boards and stuff, but they would give you rather than give you discount, they would let you have a board, give you stickers, Methods t-shirts and things.
Mm-hmm.
So it's quite a big deal back then.
Yeah. So you were riding for Methods?
Yeah, I was riding for Methods Skate Shop,
and
they were just sorting me out boards and stuff, and we were going on all sorts of different road trips. Like those guys wanted to go. It was the first time I started really going on road trips because they wanted to go to all the different parks. We started going Radlands quite regularly, which was really cool. I think it's my first time to Radlands. I was only a kid, and so I was excited to get in like with everyone. And I got to like Radlands, got my bag and my pads and everything like that. And then I realised I didn't have my skate shoes on, and everyone's like looking down, like, what's going on with your feet? And I was like, and you know those like monster Yeti feet slippers?
Yeah,
I had those on. I turned up to Radlands with like Yeti feet slippers on. So Chris Ince at the time was like, do you need some shoes? And I was just like, yes, please, sort of thing.
Big up Chris Ince.
Yeah.
My God, what a legend.
We need to get Chris on.
Radlands was really going for it at that time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like when that article came out, they had opened. I didn't actually go there when it had first opened, but we used to go there quite a lot. Yeah, they ended up like paying people to leave early, didn't they, for their sessions, because there was so many people waiting to go in.
Yeah, giving money back. The lines went down the street. I think I like that as well because the Americans were coming over and skating it a lot at that point, which was pretty good. But that was there and St Albans were the two main places that I was skating.
Our paths must have crossed so many times without us even knowing about it. Yeah. My earliest memory of you is being at Y2 Skate, and you were like dressed up, basketball vest, and you were skating the launch jump box thing, and you had gold chains, and I was like, who's this guy?
Yeah, I was pretty. I went through my like
ghetto
gangster
phase.
Stage, yeah. But to be honest, the only reason why I went through that was because when I was skating in Southend, because all of this stems from Southend, really.
Yeah.
I wasn't that cool kid. I'd get my clothes and stuff from like the army surplus store.
Yeah.
If you weren't wearing the right cool gear, you got bullied kind of lot, and I didn't really like get on with too many people or anything, even though I was skating with them. So I kind of started moving and fitting into what they were like.
Yeah.
Started trying to dress the way they dress just to be accepted. And that's all it was for me, because I weren't accepted at home. I wanted to be accepted by people.
Yeah.
And especially in skateboarding. So I dressed the same way as them. And I used to lie a hell of a lot as a kid as well. I used to come out with the most random things and everything because I wanted people to think I was like cool enough to be around them.
Yeah.
And I would do anything just to
like a
be
self-confidence thing. Do you really desperately trying to fit in, and you'll do whatever you can to fit in?
I'd done that for years and years because that almost became like a defense mechanism for me.
Yeah.
I just wanted to be accepted. So I'll say anything and everything, like I'll hype things up like just to make it sound cool, just to be accepted. And yeah, it was really bad. And that was part of the whole like hip hop gangster thing. And then I got sponsored by Hardcore Hobbies Skate Shop. No, I didn't actually. I just forgot. I got hooked up by Hoax.
Ipswich.
Leigh-on-Sea skate park went. I got kicked out of home, and I had nowhere to go. So I started skating Ipswich because those guys came down to the South End once, started skating with us. And I found they were a really cool bunch of guys.
So who was that from Ipswich at the time?
Cole Vance.
Oh, yeah.
Andrew Starkey, Richard Utridge, John Minter, Ben Rodriguez.
Oh, he was so good.
Frank Stevens.
Oh, my God.
Jules.
Is that around the time Playing Fields came out?
Yeah. Well, it was probably before that. And obviously, like, people like Frank would skate with, like, Harry Bastard and stuff, Pete Hellicar and all those guys. So they skate those sort of areas.
Cannot tell you how good Playing Fields was when that came out.
When
it was
like
like
96.
No, it was earlier than that, wasn't it?
Way earlier.
Was it?
Yeah.
Fuck it, I don't even know, but I remember it.
Look at when Playing Field skate video came out. I thought it was like maybe
such a good
93.
video.
Actually, no.
Maybe it was.
No, it would have been after that, actually, because I didn't go to Ipswich till
98.
2000.
97? 2000. It can't be that late.
No, it's not. I'm claiming 96.
It was 97.
Was it 97?
Oh, again,
Wow.
a good year. Kane debut, WWF.
So I'd been skating with those guys a little bit longer than I realised.
Straight.
No reaction. Don't give him any reaction to that kind of
I
shit.
just really like late reactions like WWF.
Those boys in Ipswich at that time. That was a fucking heavy.
Heavy.
They were having it, and Ben Rodriguez, he best kickflip around then. I thought personally. He was so
they were
good.
on another level when that video came out. That really it kind of showed that British skaters were really kind of stepping it up at that point.
Yeah,
I've got it on DVD. I'd love a VHS copy if anyone listening's got Playing Fields they want to part with.
I've got one. You're not having it.
Yeah. Thanks, Toby.
Just putting that in there.
So
Sorry.
yeah, you moved to
Ipswich.
Yeah, so I moved to Ipswich.
That's where Hoax was, right?
Yeah, and I moved in, or I was living on the sofa basically with Minters and Rodriguez, Wilson's place. Got hooked up by Hoax. And just started skating street with those guys. They didn't have a park up there at the time. So I got into street skating massively. And again, that was all like baggy clothes, hip hop.
Switchback tails.
That sort of stuff.
Switch crooks.
Yeah. People don't realise that I was a street skater and done that sort of stuff back then. It's quite funny. Whenever they see me skating street now, they're just like, where did that come from? Like, even when I put up a clip throughout COVID of me just skating the waste ground on this block, doing like towside big spins out and stuff like that. They're like, is that AI sort of thing? So but skating with those guys. So I got in with them. And then we got the Ipswich Park. And part of the Ipswich Park felt a little bit like Leigh-on-Sea. Yeah. Because it had the mini ramp with the hips. And straight I was just like, yes.
Was that on purpose? Was that a little nod towards the Leigh-on-Sea?
I think it might have been. I can't say for certain, but in the design of the park, obviously they knew where I come from, my background and stuff. And me and Minter would go out of Hoax every Saturday and we'd go and sit down in the park and watching them build it. And we'd say to them, could you just like make that bit wider, do this here sort of thing, just put our little bit in there. And so I ended up, it was all of us, this mini ramp with hips like Leigh-on-Sea. Yeah. And it was like being home again. That got me back into transition skating. And it went from being the accepted dress all hip hop and gangstery sort of thing to now I'm going to be me again. And then out came the black and tight black jeans and all of that.
And was that you just being like, this is more what I want to do?
Yeah. I basically done everything up till then was me doing what I needed to. Basically, to get where I needed to be. Because I knew if you wasn't like cool, if you wasn't into the trends back then, you're not being noticed, you're not getting anywhere. And I didn't do it because I thought to myself, I want to be sponsored, I want to be this or that. I've done it because I figured out, like, obviously, if I do follow this stuff, I can get, not free because you've got to put the work in, but I can get stuff to help me get by it, to do what I want to do. So I didn't aim to be sponsored as such. I didn't think I'd end up being pro or anything. I just done what I needed to do. And then, I just decided I don't care anymore. Yeah. I'm just going to be me. Like, this is who I am. And then, out came black jeans, black pair,
The Lee Blackwell, as we know now.
Yeah.
Twisted Sister.
Yeah. And even then, it still wasn't accepted at all. I didn't know about death at the time or anything. I was still riding with Hoax, still doing my thing. And there was a few people that kind of hated it. They weren't happy about it. And then I started skating with Dom and Jay from Hardcore Hobbies. They had the mini ramp in Bury St Edmunds, which was like a combi mini ramp. And they were pretty punk guys as well. And that was my little crew for a while. And they introduced me to like Zorlak and everyone. That was over at Harrow, which was pretty out of the blue.
Do you remember the first time you actually hung out with Zorlak? Yeah,
it was literally, I'd say properly, I used to go and skate St Albans.
Yeah.
So I obviously knew who Zorlak was. I knew who Kate's was, and because there was all the Harrow guys that used to skate there on a Sunday, and I used to go up and skate. Like Wilson was one of the guys that I used to skate there with a lot, and Matt, I can't remember, Matt Bolton, who was like the Tom Penny of,
who's like Tom Penny stunt double.
Yeah, you skate with him all the time. So I kind of knew who they were, and then I think it was Dom was speaking to Zorlak saying like, look, there's this skater and everything, friend of mine. I think you might want to see him, sort of thing. And I can't remember exactly, but I think Nick was like, oh yeah, I know kind of who that is, sort of thing, from skating and stuff and seeing transition. And we just went up to like Harrow mini ramp. And I think it was from that point, somewhere around then, skating with him, that he was like, oh, do you want to come and ride for Death?
Yeah.
I was like, yes,
please.
Yes.
I mean, there's a lot to be said by that. You know, that's kind of, you know, I don't think any kids actually listen to this or watch this, but, you know, that's how kids should be doing it. Like, you get in with your skate shop, don't be a dickhead.
Yeah.
Don't nick things from the skate shop. Go to their events, start meeting people. Then the shops take notice if you're any good, and then, you know, the shops who buy the stuff start speaking to people. We should hook this person up, and that's how that kind of
Well, a lot of kids want it quick, don't they? But when you actually look at the steps to get in there, it's fairly easy.
Yeah, you just got
to show up, be sound, skate, and
I think
even if you're not like fucking on top of your game, but you're with the right people, it's like
I think a lot of people as well. They try to be something they're not to be noticed, and you can't just be yourself.
The biggest thing I see
I think that's the biggest problem a lot of people have, actually. I think you've hit the nail on the head there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
People just need to be themselves.
And you get a lot of parents turning around now, like coming out like, oh, have you seen my son? Like, you can do an ollie.
Well, I get quite a lot of emails from parents. Can you check out my kid? He should be sponsored. And I always see it, and we
get a lot of DMs.
I get like sponsor me clips and stuff. It's like, why send them to me? Something like, you know.
I've had quite a lot recently. I don't know why. The other thing which anyone who wants to get sponsored, you got to fucking communicate, and reply to messages, reply to phone calls, call people back. People don't realise that if you can have all the tricks in the world, you can be an incredible skateboarder, but if you've got the personality of a turnip, no one's going to be interested. No one's going to want to give you anything if you can't communicate and you can't give back. Like, it's not just take, just because you can do whatever tricks. You got to give back. Yeah, and don't expect like stacks and stacks of boards to be coming every week, and your Ferraris get delivered the week after. Like,
especially not
how
in the
dare
UK.
you point at me?
I'm only joking.
I was about to say I don't have. I don't really have an intense bag of tricks, but for many years, especially from the age of like 18 to maybe even to now, I try to be everywhere.
You don't have the personality of a turnip.
And just see it.
Just to be clear.
Maybe
you've got a lovely personality.
Maybe a dildo, but
it's like
a dildo.
It's kind of like what we always say, that there's like a Venn diagram of skateboarders that are good and skateboarders that have got the shit. Well, that have got their shit together, and you need to find the skaters that are in that overlap in the middle.
There's a lot of boxes to tick, but they're not hard boxes to tick. The hardest one is being good on skateboard.
You don't even have to be the best out there.
It's like I say, you just have to meet like a rad team, a rad crew, and just align with what they're going for. Like you said, not trying to fit into what they're going for, genuinely find what suits you.
Yeah.
And you're all good.
I was nowhere near on the level of some of the skaters out there. Nowhere near.
You had
at the
your appearance and your marketability at the time.
Yeah.
And still now, the brand people were into it, weren't they? Like I'm taking the piss out of it, but it's fucking rad. Like Lee had him doing a trick wrapped around a tour van, for Eastpak. And it was like at that time it was a different time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And and you had your edge, and that's why.
Yeah, you had to have something, but it still had to be you.
Yeah.
Like if you tried to put on this whole fake persona or something, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
Like mine was, I was into heavy metal, long black hair.
Yeah.
Thought I was a rock star, drunk too much, and I turned up everywhere, not just to skate. I turned up looking at stuff. Right, what am I doing here today?
Yeah.
What am I getting out of it?
Yeah,
What
getting
am
it
I going
done.
to smash myself up on?
Yeah, yeah.
That was it. I never, even contest stuff, when there was like me, Munson and Potter that would always travel around skating, and Raemers obviously together. And wherever we went, we knew full well we're not turning up to contests to win or anything.
It was like the
Anything like
fucking
that.
army when you lot turned up.
We turned up, literally walked in and was like, right,
Sergeant Munson, like,
yeah,
left,
what
right,
we
left,
going to
right.
do today? What we going to
Yeah.
get done? Let's get something done and have it. And
I guess even if it's a case of you go somewhere and you're not on top form and you're not going to shut this down, personality-wise, and just being a presence there draws
Yeah.
people in as well.
yeah,
But it worked because when we did tours, kids came out to see you guys.
Yeah,
I mean, you just wouldn't get that now. But
we turn up at all the events and stuff like NAS and Urban Games and things like that, and you had your skaters there. You already knew that were going to win it, like
yeah,
Wainwright, Flynn Trotman, Rodney Clark, like all the amazing tech skaters and stuff that they're going to win. Chris Oliver, and that they're going to win. We're never going to beat these people or anything because that's not. We're a different kind of skating anyway, and
Yeah.
it kind of what we were doing wasn't accepted too
But if
much
you can
then.
turn it up on a big fucking ramp
Yeah.
and get people screaming and throwing shit and going mental.
I'd look at the biggest gap, the most stupid thing that is not possible, and I'd probably spend like hours smashing myself up until either one, I can't walk, or somehow it's happening.
And even if
and I'd
you
leave that
can't
impression.
walk after it and you don't do it, people are still hyped because you're
They'll
the
still
lunatic
remember it.
that's just
Yeah.
jumped for an hour trying to fucking...
yeah,
Yeah.
Clear
People
this
don't
gap.
always, like, even now you can go to comps and things. People don't always, and I'm not taking it away from them, so I don't want anyone to think I'm being horrible to them, but don't always remember a winner.
Mm.
But if they might walk away remembering, do you remember that guy that absolutely annihilated himself?
yeah.
Comps
Doing
and stuff
something
now,
stupid.
they're very like...
Spreadsheet.
It's just very regimented. Like
Very
you
spreadsheet.
see, you see comps now. So for me growing up, I guess more for you guys as well, you turn up to a comp on the day and you skate. Now people are there 3 days before. I need to get a idea of the course.
Yeah.
I need to plan my line
Right.
together.
People take it more seriously now, don't they?
Yeah, I guess because there's more in it now, like money wise. But I remember going to comps and it was like someone would just turn up slightly pissed or on a bit of a mad one and then skate one obstacle for ages,
A4 bit of
shut it
paper.
down, and then they'd do really well because they've put that dedication into that one bit.
Yeah. Now you have to do certain tricks. Everyone has to
Connect
like
the
there's
dots.
format.
Yeah.
You have to be able to do certain tricks, and you can see that there's no love in the lines. They're just doing it simply for competition.
Yeah.
If that's what they want to do, then cool. And if
Yeah.
that's what gets them far enough for skating, I'm all for it. But that's not my sort of skateboarding. My sort of skateboarding is turning up. There's a comp on. We're going to skate. Maybe, maybe not. Sorry, I'll get on my board. Nothing's planned.
Yeah.
You just jumping on your board like a normal day and going skateboarding.
Yeah.
You're just doing your thing.
Yeah.
And that, to me, that's real skateboarding. Like, it's not. You've got competition skateboarding, which is also Olympic skateboarding, and then you've got skateboarding. I think there's two different types of skateboarding now.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. But let's talk a bit more about Death. Like, we were talking about like your image, and like Death was the kind of, there was a bunch of misfits on there at that time,
Yeah.
wasn't
It
there?
was the outcasts, weren't it?
Mm.
I think it was like, obviously Zorlak's like Goth himself, and I think he just liked the fact that someone's come out of nowhere sort of thing, like in black, skating the way I done. I was having fun with it, and just I wasn't too much of a drunk then, but I was just having fun with it. And I think maybe he just thought I like the way this guy's skating. I think he'll get on with everyone, and he just gave me that chance to.
Was there
become part
like
of
a
Death.
first trip or tour you went on to meet everyone, or how did it go about meeting the rest of the guys?
I think it just started it literally just started out just meeting up for sessions and things like that, and then next thing you know, I just started hanging out for more, like say turning up to like local demos, skating St Albans and other places, and then it literally just evolved from there. It evolved like so naturally, sort of thing. I can't really say there's probably a specific point where we done this, we done that. Obviously, that all the tours and stuff came, the King of the Road type stuff, Big Push, sort of called. That sort of stuff came. Filming for the Death video. I think Squadrophenia was. Am I right in saying that came before we done the Death video? Wasn't
it was Squadrophenia. That was sort of
and I think
all underway.
I think that was probably my intro to everyone knowing, yes, I am part of Death. I'm on Death and everything like that.
Because that was an unofficial, wasn't it? That was a Cates and Nicholson video.
It was a Death Squad production rather than Death Skateboards, but it had the
team intro
promo thing in it.
Yeah. Still to this day, such a fucking good video. Those videos, I love. And then there was
the Squadrophenia premiere tour where we did. I mean, it's 7 dates up north, 7 dates down south.
Yeah,
that was intense.
that went off.
There was a lot of people coming out then. It was good.
I think that's when I kidnapped Ben Grove as well.
Was it? I can't remember. There's like
tell us that's moving closer to that mic. Is he in the right,
move slightly to your right
because I want to hear any Ben Grove stories. A good story.
There was a pub. I think it was in Derby. The pub that had the mini ramp that went up the wall.
The blue
dog. That one. Like I think we'd done premiere there, and
Horsey got kicked out because I told him to throw a pint glass at the wall. Because it was projected on the wall.
Is that how he got kicked out?
Yeah, and he just went, "You're right," no did it, and the security guard just turned around and went, just dragged him out. Sorry, Horsey.
Yeah, I remember him getting kicked out. I didn't know what it was for or anything like that. But it got to like end of night, and I was absolutely knackered, and I wanted to go back home. And Grove was like hanging out with like these 2 chicks at the time, and he climbed into my car drunk, and he was just chatting away. I was giving them a lift back because they were down from my sort of way anyway, like London area. And I was like, I'm going home now. And he was like, oh, I'm going to sleep. I was like, you got to get out of my car. I'm going home. And he was like, no, I was like, if you don't get out, you're coming with me. And he was like, no, I'm going out. And out of that, he tripped, boom, gone. And he fell asleep. I tripped. So I literally just turned the keys and I drove from Derby all the way back to Ipswich.
With Grove.
We carried him in, woke up in the morning and he's like,
where am I?
What happened? I was like, we're in Ipswich. And he was like, what? I was like, we're in Ipswich. You won't get out of my car. I told you I'm going to drive back with you in my car if you don't get out of the car. And he was like, no, you're kidding me. He was like, I live in Sheffield. I was like, I know. And he was like, no. He was like, don't lie, we are not in Ipswich. I was like, yeah, you're at mine. Like, I was living with Munson at the time. I was like, you're back at our house. He was like, no, Blackwell, please don't, no, you're lying. And like one of the friends turned around and went, yeah, you're in Ipswich. You wouldn't get out of the car. You were so drunk. He's like, you kidnapped me. I was like, yeah, I did. So he was like, oh, no. So he had to ring like Frank because obviously Stevens is from Ipswich.
Yeah.
So he then hooked up with Frank and he got back to Sheffield, but he wouldn't get out of the car. So I kidnapped him, drove him back to Ipswich.
I remembered you being in the van with the Squadrophenia tour. So did you drive to some of them?
It was that one that I drove up to.
Right.
But other than that, I was in the van.
That was mental. That was the first time I've been to Derby, and it was on Saddlergate.
You say 14 dates altogether? 7
it was like
fucking
7.
Video promos and tours were amazing, weren't they?
But I remember because at the time, because Dainton was with us, and because of Dirty Sanchez, there was quite a bit of hype. And on Saddlergate, the kind of independent street in Derby, all of the stores closed, and the street was lined with people.
Yeah.
And we pulled up in the van. It was fucking weird. Yeah. I remember Cundall just like snogging some girl out the back window of the van as he was driving. It was just mental.
And with Dainton.
Yeah, it was just fucked. It was so funny looking back, you know. And like being, did you do the Guernsey trip as well?
Oh, when the guy with the hot red sauce.
Oh yeah, that. Yeah,
I've never been to Guernsey.
So funny.
Yeah. Everyone got so seasick.
Yeah.
going across.
I'm not surprised. Like, everyone thought I was seasick. They're like, no, I was falling asleep. I was quite hungover, so I've just fallen asleep. Like,
it was
minding my own business.
The gnarliest boat trip
Hitchcocks, everyone.
How long's
all
the boat
heads
trip?
hanging over.
I don't know, too long. Far too long.
Everyone's outside, like literally hanging their heads over the side, throwing up.
I managed to not puke, but there was moments where I was like, I'm going to have to go and puke. And there was people, everyone was just like, ugh. Nicholson got off the boat and was just written off for days from it. But he was just collapsed at the side of the road, and then he was like, I forgot my board.
Yeah. Dainton had this hot sauce though.
Yeah.
And like, he was stitching everyone up with, and when I say hot sauce, I was like, the oil from it you get on your fingers.
Yeah.
And so much to touch your face. If it was close to your mouth, it was burning. It was really, really bad.
I think he ended up making it years later, like Devil's Daint sauce or something. Yeah. Daint's Devil sauce.
He would walk up to the door of the car, the van,
handles and stuff.
And he'd be talking to you, and I'd be like, I know what you're fucking doing. And he's putting it on the handles.
He put it, I remember there being a Red Bull like fridge, and he started taking all the cans out. I could see him with his finger just going dab, dab,
it was such
dab,
an
just getting everyone with it. But he got Nick Street with it, like who was actually the team
he looked
manager,
after the Eastpak side of things,
and he got in with it, and he looked like he was crying. He was in so much pain, and that his face was red, his eyes were watering. He was not happy, and there's footage somewhere on one of them tours of him standing there looking like just completely fucked from this stuff.
But he was doing it all the time. It was like you had to just watch out. Don't touch anything.
Where would some of that footage be from, like a Squadrophenia tour? If it's
I think it's on the Eastpak DVD.
There was an Eastpak DVD.
It's all on there. Like there was this one part where
I got to find that. I'd love to see it.
Like this hot sauce was like banned in Mexico or something like that.
He'd just been to America, hadn't he? And he'd brought it back, and
he was just stitching everyone up with it. Like he never got me with it. He was telling me he was like, I've just put it on that. Don't touch that black one. Like, don't drink that, I'll just put that on there. I was like, thanks very much. I was just watching everyone getting stitched up with this hot sauce. But it could be on like a door handle for days.
Yeah.
And if you touched any remnants of it,
you'd know about it. It was fucking horrible. I only got a tiny little bit on the side of my mouth once, and I know it's because he put it on the door handle or something. But when he kept coming over and he'd be like, right, boys, it's like, I know what you're doing, fuck off. Putting it all over the car handles.
They done some gnarly stuff.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of gnarly stuff went down on those sorts of tours.
Yeah, I mean,
it was good fun.
Yeah, it was a laugh, wasn't it? I mean, I couldn't do it now.
No.
It's too much, too many people in hotel rooms,
I think a lot of it now would probably get arrested.
Yeah.
For a lot of the stuff that went on, like people pissing on each other's legs and things like that, and just like
different time.
Stuff.
I mean, there was nothing kind of like out of order. It was just hijinks.
I think it's just one of those things. The mid 2000s. I mean, it was cost of like Jackass and Sanchez. It's like when we were saying about people that obviously there's a time when you need to like grow up and start being more responsible. But I think that was the era for being a fucking idiot. Like it was I
loved it.
It was just the 2000s.
Everyone had like
a
stunt group with their mates, and you were just
and even skating.
Like
everybody just did stupid shit skating. Like everybody go to like the local skate park
video from that era.
Yeah,
we done the Sleep When You're Dead tour as well, which was obviously like Daintons thing for Kill City and stuff. And people used to come and stay at mine, and it got nicknamed Hotel Blackwell at the time. And they stayed at mine once, and my place home got absolutely trashed. The sofa ended up flipped upside down.
People used to smash houses.
Pancho got squashed. The sofa went through the window.
Pancho got squashed.
like it was mental. It was fucking insane. Like Pritch was in the tree. He got pulled out and yanked off by not yanked off in that way, but
wanked off.
Pulled out pretty close, like out of the tree, smashed off the floor. While Kate's is skating in the pond in my garden, which was no bigger than this. He had a full-page photo, I think, in document from it. I don't know if it was Sleep When Dead Tour or it was when Nick Powell was doing Sabotage, I think it was, and all those companies and stuff. I'm not too sure, but they all came.
The original OG distribution.
Yeah, they all came and stayed at mine as well, like Brendan, Habgood. I think Churchill might have been on it and that, but they all stayed at mine. And we went out in town, and it was the first time they'd been to like one of clubs in our town.
Yeah.
And there's so many of us that would cause some massive riot in there, like just fucking around, security and handlers. And they were like, you got to sort your mates out and everything like that. They're all fighting, beating the shit out of each other. Like, we can't handle this. And I was like, no, they're just playing, don't worry about it. Will got kicked out. Coming back, fight broke out on the roundabout between everyone as well. don't know what happened there.
Best place for a fight, isn't it, on a roundabout?
Yeah, don't know what happened there. Like, police turned up or anything like that because I'd gone off with Nick. Habgood's come back. He's only got one shoe. He's lost his shoe on the roundabout, pouring with rain, soaking wet. And then, like, everyone just got smashed at mine. But in the morning, I don't know why I done it or anything like that, but I did. Powell's come out in the morning. He's like, "Who the fuck's done that to my van?" And I was just like, "Me." Everyone's like, "What's he done?" Opened the curtains, looked outside, and I still don't know why I done it. I just thought it'd be funny. Like a big silver spray can on a burgundy van, just sprayed big letters, "Sex Pest."
I remember that van as well. So,
I mean, you can't
proper
deserve
spray
it if you have a
paint.
van.
Yeah, in real spray paint. He had to do the whole entire rest of the UK tour with Sex Pest. The next
did you
stop
pay
was
for
London.
it to get redone?
No, because it was just clapped out. He didn't care or anything.
Sex Pest.
But
You just couldn't do that now.
he turned up at Basic. We all turned up at Bay 66, and that all the kids are waiting for him to turn up, and this van pulled up. Sex Pest pulled on the side of it. You could just see people's faces like, "Oh."
We didn't know this was the Sex Pest skateboard store.
Everything was fun. There was no malice in it or anything like that. Everything was fun. It weren't thought out. Nothing was planned. It was just like there and then in the moment. You just done mad stuff. And yeah, you're right. People might think like, "That's well out of order. That's so bad." It's like, yeah, it was.
It was pretty hectic.
There was some pretty lame moments, but like I think people got over it.
So 7 days up north, 7 days down south, because we're still talking about the
Squadrophenia
tour.
Yeah.
And so then the first death video after that, which
Escape from Boredom.
was
Yeah,
your
yeah.
production, and your part in that was
Yeah.
to the Twisted Sister song? Finn Lizzy?
Sisters of Mercy.
That's it, and it starts off with a spinning
Yeah,
pentagram. I love that part.
Obviously.
That's
Spinning
heavy.
pentagram.
yeah, that was so good seeing that because I had no idea obviously that was being done like that or anything, and I had all these tracks in my head.
Did you edit
Right.
that?
Yeah, me, Nicholson,
Yeah.
Zorlak, and Kate's.
Nice.
But it was done in my room, back of it in a shed at Cundall's house.
Yeah, with the spiders.
Fucking spiders everywhere. It was gnarly.
Was it really that bad?
Fucking hell! It was. I've never seen so many
Yeah,
big
I wasn't
ones,
like that.
big fuckers everywhere. Because it was essentially a glorified shed. I remember sticking my head up in the loft space once and shining the light, and there was a spider on the beam, and I was just like, "Fuck me, that is the biggest spider I've ever seen." And I
Yeah.
just like put it back.
Yeah,
But I'd wake up in the morning with spiders' webs over my face and stuff.
yeah,
Well,
I'm not
they-
about that.
It was not. They would be running around everywhere, big ones all over the place. I remember coming home one day. Me and my brother had been out for some food. Walked in and there was one on the wall, one on the curtains, one in the corner. I just started killing them in the end. I was
Yeah,
just like,
fuck that.
I couldn't. Like,
Yeah,
there was
that's
just so
grim.
many.
Yeah, I'm not about that at all.
Well, I guess this
It
is
was fucked.
this
It
is a
was-
question for both of you then.
Yeah.
Because I love that death video.
Do you?
Like, yeah, it's one. I mean, I think every kid of that era, like those death videos were massive and influential, and everyone had a good nickname and everyone's parts were good.
Yeah.
So how long was you filming for it and you footage wise, and how long overall was you filming the video and editing it? Because I guess
know.
you
There
two
was-
were both there.
There was quite a lot of footage already filmed before Zorlak asked me to come in and do it.
Yeah, our little crew was like me, Munson.
So I think
Hot
those two death
Raemers.
videos are great. Escape from Boredom
Yeah.
and Better Than Life. They're still to
Yeah.
this day I can just watch them and have fun watching them.
We go skating 3-4 times a week. So
Yeah.
we would, but whenever we went, because of the mentality we had of like, right, let's go.
Yeah.
We didn't go just to go skating, of going somewhere and thinking, that's gnarly. I can kill myself on that. Let's film something there. So we were always filming. We'd always get something. So we collected that footage up.
It was different than
along the
filming
way.
stuff, weren't it? People
Yeah.
actually wanted to.
Well, you didn't
now
have
it just
to-
seems
Yeah.
like no one really social media. I
Well,
guess.
yeah, there wasn't social media in that. I mean, there probably was MySpace and stuff, but it wasn't like it is now where there's a new video coming out every half an hour.
Yeah.
No, you just like message and be like, do you want to go skating and film something today? Yeah, all right, cool.
This was at the time where things were transitioning from VHS to DVD,
Yeah.
so it was still kind of early days. I want to say probably it was 2 years tops.
Yeah,
Filming?
maximum. I think
Probably
it
not
started
even
with,
that much.
it got put out really quick.
Yeah,
Everyone was on it. Everyone wanted to film. Everyone had something they already knew they wanted to do.
yeah.
Well, you had money
And
to
it
travel
just-
around in the crew and
Well, that's
stay
it. I mean,
places as
you know,
well.
yeah.
It wasn't as expensive all the fucking time.
Eastpak were hooking it up with paying for travel a lot of the time.
Yeah. We
And you
collected a lot of
guys all
stuff
had
on
shoe
tours and demos.
sponsors that would help out because the
Yeah.
distros had more money. So
Yeah.
there was money, and also Zorlak obviously, funding a lot of it as well, the majority of it.
Yeah.
You know, it was expensive though. I remember, you know, because you'd get hotels and stuff. It was, you know, it wasn't done cheaply. You know, it's expensive.
I think it helped the fact that we, like around that time, done the XFM Union Awards in London.
Yeah.
And they had the whole best UK skateboard company.
Yeah, I think Kate spoke about this as well.
Yeah, and obviously we went to that, and we were in categories with Blueprint. Who else? I can't remember the other teams and everything.
Reaction, maybe?
Yeah, maybe Reaction and some others. I don't think Heroin was doing, Force weren't doing anything
Minute.
at that time.
I think it was Minute.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. And we went in there pretty much just, it was a party for us.
Mm-hmm.
Turned up and won it. And I think that helped as well. Like some of the brands are like, oh, all right.
Yeah, and then there was, you know, and then, you know, what I was saying, Eastpak getting involved and then
Wayne.
Monster at some point.
Yeah, Wayne Healy and Nick, they put quite a lot into it and supported Death massively around then.
Mm-hmm.
And then came the two, like, close protection bodyguards, like main one, Blancs, he sorted out the Butlins Tour with Butlins. We done that for about a month, I think it was.
Yeah, I was very lucky. I only came in for 1 week.
Yeah, you were.
I've heard that it was rough.
It was the last week you guys were doing it, wasn't it?
Yeah, that nearly sent me over the edge.
Talk to us about the Butlins Tour then, because I've heard about this,
it was
but
like,
not directly from someone that was...
It was like Groundhog
And
Day.
who else was on that?
Kate.
It was me, Kate, Ronnie, James Hitchcock's, Ben Hennon, and then they'd have a couple of other BMX
people coming in and out and stuff.
Yeah.
But it was like mainly you and Hitchcock's, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The kind of...
The transition tour was fine. That was a lot of fun. But that Butlins tour was full on. That was, you'd go from one to the other, to the other, to the other for about a month, constantly, like every day.
And you were doing, was it 3 demos a day?
3 demos a day.
Was it from like north to south, or was it staggered? Was it like a big loop? Was it like...
It was 3 locations, wasn't it? There was, so there was...
And there was
Minehead?
Minehead, Skegness, was
What
it?
the other one? I just remember I think Minehead was the one that was so far away.
That's when I got banned from the town, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You got banned from the town of Minehead?
Yeah.
Well, these guys have been doing it for ages, and it was the last week I came in, and Kate's... I don't even know why I was there.
You must start losing your mind towards the end of it.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
Like, I was full on. I was like, alcohol was getting me through.
Yeah. And there was the guy who was like looking after you, just wearing a cowboy hat all the time.
Blancs.
There's only 2 types of people who wear cowboy hats.
Cowboys and dickheads.
He was literally, he got us all to make like photos, have these professional photos done.
Yeah.
And he was selling photos for people to sign and everything, like making loads of money off the back of it. But
he ended up biting someone's ear off, didn't he, in the club or something?
Yeah, that was down the same night that
I thought he was a cunt then.
Wait, he literally bit someone's ear off?
He attacked someone and
what
bit
the fuck?
part of his earlobe off, and he was in jail for the night, and he got let out the next day, and he walked in all thinking he's fucking cool. I just thought, this guy is definitely a cunt.
Let's start from the top of the Butlins Tour, from start to finish, because there's a few fucking good points I want to get into there. Cowboy hats, banned from an entire city, biting off people's ears and dealing with Dan Cates for longer than 2 hours.
Yeah, real drunk.
Yeah, that was hard, because I had to share a room with him. It's fucking hard.
Yeah.
I love it when he sneezes.
He just started jumping on the bed as soon as he got into the chalet, you know, because they're like holiday chalets, they just let us have a room.
He just goes, what?
And he just started jumping up and down. He broke the bed, and then the next day, the BMX guy, I can't remember his name. He's like, "What were you two doing up there? Were you fucking or something?" It's just.
I think that was Pill, Andy Pill at the time.
You know that I fucking love Cates because he still has that energy, and he is still a driving force behind the people at Death, and he's still all or nothing.
But you guys got paid pretty good for doing that tour, didn't you?
Paid a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of money.
But that was just an opportunity that came out through
give us figures.
Yeah, what are you saying?
For the entire month, or was it weekly or daily basis?
I think like for each demo we was on something stupid like £300 a day or something. Like that. It was something ridiculous.
And you had like food vouchers and stuff.
Everything was paid for.
Yeah.
And was it like Monday to Friday with a weekend off, or was it just
we had weekends off, kind of like you'd finish on, I think it was like the Saturday afternoon, and then a few times some people would go home. Or we'd go back to Bournemouth where Nick lived and stuff, just hang out for the weekend there. And then we'd get picked up again at King's Cross and then go off on tour for the next week. But it was pretty much, you'd have time to wash your clothes or whatever, sort your new packages out and stuff, and then
try
just
and get your mind back.
Yeah, that didn't happen. That really didn't happen.
How did this tour come about, the Eastpak tour? Was it through Death? Was it just through they approached you? Because Eastpak were doing a lot for skating at that time.
Yeah,
and I wish they kind of still were. It seemed like they put a lot of money into it.
Yeah, Eastpak obviously, like, straight away they wanted to get involved with skateboarding again. They did years ago. So they've obviously been like, right, you know, who's doing what sort of thing. Realised that Death was, and I don't care what Blueprint and fans think or anything like that, Death was the main front of British skateboarding then. It was in front of everyone sort of thing. It just shone out more. So I think they came to us, or Nick, not us, Nick, and that was like,
Nick Street,
yeah, we want to hook all you guys up. So it literally just went from there. They just used us to advertise Eastpak. Then they started sponsoring people obviously outside of that, some of the BMXers, and they made this whole little Eastpak family to the point where they had got a massive tour bus. It was the old UK Metallica tour bus that they used for the Eastpak transition tour, which was really cool. And that was it. That's the first time I've ever been on like massive tour bus like that. All the bunks in there and everything. Some mad stuff went down on that.
That's where that story happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eastpak were hooking it up for a bit.
Yeah.
Everyone was doing all right out of that. But like I mentioned it earlier, like you know, everyone who was on Death, because of the profile of Death Skateboards was really pretty high at that point. You know, you know, there was a lot, you know, a lot of boards being sold. There was a lot more shops.
Well, I remember for a good few years, every contents page of a sidewalk was a Death advert.
Yeah,
we made skateboarding fun, and that's what it should always be
it
about.
Actually
like,
did, yeah.
Whereas
like Death and Heroin always had the outcast,
the
teams.
Underdogs.
Yeah,
you guys were the Underdogs.
Yeah. Blueprint had their image.
Yeah,
and they had all the tech side and stuff because they had some incredible skaters.
There's
Mark
no doubting
Bain,
that they
Paul
made
Schau,
some of the most technically brilliant, well presented videos. Like
unbelievable skateboarding on there, and that like Nick Jensen, like amazing,
unreal. Brady
amazing talent. Yeah,
Brady still to this day. Oh my
but
god!
their image kind of stood out, like obviously to the tech side of skateboarding, the polished side of skateboarding, and that's why it straight up done really well in America straight off. But they missed a massive point. It just didn't. It might have looked cool to skateboarders, but for people that were outside skateboarding but thought maybe I want to do skateboarding, it didn't look fun. Whereas what Death's always done is it's made skateboarding fun. It's made people feel like I can do that. I can be part of that sort of thing.
I guess it's similar to what they used to say about those CKY vids. Like half of it's fucking around with your mates and half skating. So you're not just isolating one or the other.
You still obviously have to do
good skateboarding.
And it is a job sort of thing. Like you've still got to do your job, but at the same time, Death makes skateboarding fun and always has. That's never changed, and I think that's why it's still around now and still pushing the way it is. And that's what everyone. There's loads of people that were probably like us. They looked at us a load of like rejects and everything like that, listening to metal music and that, and just being idiots all the time. And that just drew people in. Like a lot of like young people that were like a bit alternative or something like that, not all there, had kind of something to relate to, and they just found it fun. And it just showed that it was all right to be you. It didn't matter what anyone else thought. You could just be you.
All the outcasts would be like, here's this Dan Capes guy.
Yeah.
He dresses up like a clown and he's fucking mental.
Nobody wanted to be like Capes.
Yeah.
So day one, Eastpak tour.
What?
Yeah.
Day one.
Day one of the Eastpak
Which one?
tour.
The Eastpak tour or the Butlins tour?
The Butlins tour.
Yeah.
Oh, the Butlins tour, sorry, yeah.
Yeah. So we turned up. Like I say, we were all getting picked up at King's Cross and stuff onto this bus, and we just turned up at Butlins.
That prick turns up with his cowboy hat.
Yeah. Telling us
he was
like,
a fucking cunt.
I'm going to make you all rock stars.
Oh, fucking what a dick.
And everything. And
he didn't say that
like
to me when I turned up.
So did he work for Eastpak?
He was like the tour manager.
Oh, okay.
Who did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't emphasise how much of a prick he was.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. But coming from somebody who's like played in bands and stuff, usually people that are tour managers, there's just this weird kind of person that becomes a tour manager. They are often
a cunt.
Kind of knobheads, yeah.
It was a full-on marketing ploy for him to make money himself, not Eastpak make money, because Wayne and Nick weren't like that at all. But this guy who had come along and wanted to do this whole Butlins Tour thing. He just wanted to make money, loads of money from it. And that's why he was taking profile photos of us all, selling them while we were there on the table and that, forcing us to sign the pictures and everything like that. When we're off to get a drink, no, you've got 100 photos here you need to sign so I can sell them. It's like, what? You fuck off sort of thing. Like, it was pretty bad, but it's funny turning up and we get there and you got all the red coats there, like happy land and that, all to greet you.
Very family friendly kind of shit.
It's scary.
And then this lot
cult
turn up.
like.
Yeah.
Like, but scary cult. Like, yeah. We turn up and then the managers are very quickly turning around to their staff being like, you do not associate with these guys.
Yeah.
Like, you don't go out with them at night. You don't drink with them. You say hello, you be nice to them. You do not hang around with them, because they soon realised we weren't just there skateboarding doing demos. We're pissed out of our heads all the time and everything doing it as well. But it worked and it went well.
I mean, some of the stuff in your Escape from Boredom part was filmed on that 3 days when I was on there. You do like that big front side air tweaker, like into the lens and stuff. Fucking hell, was my knee.
That's one good thing about it, because we were skating the same thing for that length of time. You get used to it and you could just do anything on it. So the footage we got out of it was really good. That was a good result. But it was just painful. It was like Groundhog Day. You go from one to the other, and they all look identical. So it was like you never left. And all the people there, it was like different face, same expression, so same mentality in their red jackets and stuff, all happy. And you're just like, I'm going to fucking lose my mind in a minute. And we did just like turn into drinking and that. And it was too much.
Yeah.
Real bad. And there was, the one in Minehead was the worst one, because it came down towards the end. And they said, you can all go out in town. And I was already pretty pissed before I even left to go out in town. And I don't remember much of it. Like, everyone the next day basically had to tell me what had happened, sort of thing. But it turned out we'd gone into town, down the seafront, Chav Bar and that, Minehead and a few others. And I think it was that Blancs guy who bit the guy's ear and that. And we basically got into a row into the club, so bashing people and that. And I got all gobby and everything, like police turned up and that, and I started telling the police, fuck off, and I apparently started swinging for police. And I was like, you can't fuck touch me. And I was just like laughing at them, just going, I'm doing this demo for such and such. And the guy was name's like Mike Godolphin, who owns all of the Butlins. I was like, he'll stop all this. I can get away with whatever I want. Anyway, turns out I did. Like, they were like, all right, made a phone call and all locals. But they took us back to the resort. I'm still raging, like pissed because of what's just happened. And I'm just wanting to fight people. And they said, like, you've got to leave.
Yeah.
You can't come to Minehead. I was like, what? They were like, part of the deal of you not getting arrested and everything like that was you're not allowed in Minehead. You got to get out of town. So it came down, like I say, the last bit of the tour. I couldn't do the last bit of the tour because I wasn't allowed in Minehead.
Have you been back?
Yeah, I've obviously been back now, but throughout that whole tour, police and whatever it was, like whatever officials I have to go through, they literally ASBO'd me from the town.
Oh,
and I don't even remember. Like, I was so drunk, I don't remember.
Just like photo of you in all the police cars, like, have you seen this bloke?
Yeah, but he, like, the tormentor guy, like Toby said, he bit someone's ear off.
Yeah.
Like, it just...
He was a cunt. It was horrible. I just remember, like, you lot were going into town and me and Kate just stayed back.
Yeah.
Because we just weren't about that.
It got really fucking bad. But we shouldn't have gone in. We were that far drunk already.
Yeah.
We should never have gone in. It was always going to end badly. It was really, really bad. I felt pretty shit afterwards.
Yeah.
Because of that's not, I wouldn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just, I was off my tree.
Yeah.
And yeah. but it's quite funny I got banned from a town.
Yeah.
What for?
And what a town to get banned from.
Yeah, Minehead.
Was you pro at that point, or did you go pro after that part, or when did these? And let's have a look at some of these boards you got here, some of these death boards, and talk us through those.
I think it was before. I think that board was around.
That was like the second one.
Yeah, I think you had 10 pro.
Yeah. That was pretty much like, this was the later version actually. There was a version done of this, which was just the lettering was silver, and they were just plain white skulls.
Yeah.
I was meant to bring that, but I accidentally brought this one, so this was like the second phase of it. But this was basically my first pro graphic on Death. It was just plain blackboard, completely black with the skulls and stuff. And I think that probably was, I think the board might have come out around Squadrophenia sort of time, just before the video. Doing the Death video.
I can't remember, but yeah, I always remember. I always remember this one here, that one there, being around the downward spiral.
That one to me is like a real classic Death graphic of a certain era. There was a lot of Death boards that kind of had this centre print.
I love this because like the old 80s sort of style of it and everything. Like, but me and Nick used to talk about some of the graphics and things, and he'd have an idea of, and he'd always have reason behind the kind of graphic that I was going to have, and the downward spiral said quite a lot because of the way I was, where I was heading.
Look at that one.
What's that? 775.
Yeah.
You used to ride that size as well, right?
7.5, 775.
I just love the black dip.
Yeah.
Just plain black white.
Yeah.
That's like suits you to
I
a T.
how I rode it, like being that thing. I ride an 875 now.
You just adjust, don't you? You just that's what people are riding.
What it was.
Go a bit. I mean, from being around Zorlak and you guys, like there was quite a lot of boards being sold around that time.
They were flying out.
Yeah.
Like he couldn't print them quick enough around that time, and I was quite humbled because he was always saying, "Your boards are gone.
Yeah,
they've gone." I didn't understand it at all. Like why? It's like all the guys on the team and stuff. Kate's is flying out and stuff. I didn't get.
Kate's had like 3 pro boards, didn't he?
Yeah.
There's that story. I don't know if he's mentioned it on air where he was somewhere and Ches was like taking the piss out of him for having a pro board, and Kate's was like, "I haven't got a pro board. I got 3 pro boards."
Yeah,
I think he told us. I think he said that at the awards,
yeah,
the video
maybe.
award, because I think he said Ches was like, "How did you guys win?" or something like that.
Yeah.
And he was like, "I ain't got 1 board, mate. I got 3 boards."
Yeah, so good. But yeah, there was a lot of Death stuff. I mean, the wheels as well. You know, like Munson was on Death Urethane.
Because did Kate's have a pro board around the Squadrophenia time where it was silver with a dot in the middle, and was it like the
holographic
the Squadrophenia kind
target.
of dot? That's maybe why it reminds me of that, because it's like centre print.
Yeah, I think it might have been that batch when that was being done, or there was another graphic I had which was Hard to Be a Human Being, and it was like this mad kind of like skeleton character sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it might have been around that batch.
Like I was saying, so like there was a lot of Death boards being sold around then. Do you know how many of your pro board was ever sold?
I have no idea.
It's got to be a few thousand, isn't it?
I've never actually asked. Maybe I should ask or anything like that. I'll be curious. But there was like a lot of reruns. It was always like reprinting. And even now I'm like so humble to it. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just I don't get why.
What was?
I was an idiot.
Because you guys were all getting hooked up with pretty good shoe deals around that time. Because shoe deals were quite, there's quite a lot of them around then. What was because you were on
Airwalk. Got hooked up on Airwalk. That's
88.
Munson sorted Airwalk and Genetic, and we done all the Airwalk tours, which was incredible. And that, like, a lot to thank him for that. That was amazing. Then 88, which was through Matt and Simon Law.
Yeah.
Jet, I think it was Jet 26 at the time.
Yeah.
And then that, even now, I still say that was one of the best shoes. Like that, I rode it. It was so good, and I was gutted that didn't last very long. That just vanished.
Who's that? It was Ed Dominic's brand, wasn't it? Was it Ed Dominic?
I think, and I think it was to do with maybe Chris Markovich.
Yeah, he was involved. He had a pro shoe, didn't he?
Yeah.
Peter Hewitt did as well.
Yeah.
Blender rode for 88, didn't he, as well? Because the Destroy Everything Now in 88 video.
Yeah. Yeah. Justin Strubin.
Strubin. He was so good, but he's still good, yeah.
Were
you getting any payments like for any of your sponsors around the time?
None of that stuff. Obviously, Death will give you royalties. Eastpak was paying a lot of royalties. They paid real good royalties.
What was that for, like photo incentive and stuff?
Yeah. It was like quarter page, half a page, full page, front cover. any film footage that ended out anywhere, any demos you done, you get paid for it.
What did you have to do? Just invoice them?
Yeah, that's all it was.
Okay, that's sick.
And I was invoicing like every month.
Yeah.
Like it went through a stage where I was just like, no way, I got a photo there. And I was just constantly sending invoices. I didn't have to work or anything.
Yeah.
Like it was just paying for itself, which was pretty amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It was good fun. But some of the other brands weren't paying you because UK brand, it's hard for them to do that because they're not like main bases. The brands are US brands, so they pay their riders over there. And for a distributor to pay a sponsored rider from an American brand, they have to go through all the rigmarole of contacting the brand in America, saying we got this guy, we've hooked them up, can you sort of money so they can go here, there. And a lot of the time, like it didn't happen because they're not really benefiting from it.
Yeah.
What happens in the UK doesn't so much happen in the US sort of thing. So they put it down to distributors to put their money in their pockets. And I think a lot of skaters in the UK even now have to understand that there's not as much money in it in the UK as what it is in America. So if all of the distributors and brands kept paying for everyone to go places and that, they'd be out. These brands wouldn't exist in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think a lot of people assume that when you get sponsored, your private jet is going to fly on your about.
Living the high life.
Yeah.
Well,
it can be
it's harder it's fucking harder in the UK.
Even
for that.
more so now than it's ever been.
Yeah.
It was a bit more like paid for when I went from 88 and got on Circa. And we obviously done the Circa tour, Colt Cannon, and I can't remember who else came over. No, I don't think he was on it at the time.
Appleyard was on, Jamie Thomas. Is it after that period, wasn't it?
It was slightly after that period.
Adrian Lopez.
Pete was on there.
Mumford
was on there. Yeah, Adrian Lopez had a wicked shoe as well. I always skated in that shoe.
They've reissued it.
Ramondetta.
Yeah.
He was on it as well. He was an animal. So that was a little bit more. So we done like UK tour with them. Rolls, who owned it, came over. He paid everyone real well from it. So there's a bit more money involved. Spitfire and Indy as well. Ended up on that. Jerome sorted that out for me. I think me and Churchill both went on at the same time. And he sorted that out straight away for us to get direct from America.
Nice.
So our package would get sent to them, then it gets sent to us straight away. So end up like 8 pairs of wheels, like 3-4 sets of trucks and stuff at a time, like loads of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That was really cool. But I pretty much threw everything away, like lost everything. And that was down to life started getting to me, and this is the same way pretty much, like parted ways with death and everything changed. I started then getting myself into some bad situations in life and all, like relationship stuff and everything like that.
Yeah.
Where I wasn't skating or anything, and I was pretty ill at the time, and I didn't want anyone knowing. So rather than speak to everyone, I went quiet.
Yeah.
I wasn't turning up for demos. I wasn't coming skating. I wasn't filming. I wasn't doing anything. So no one really knew what was going on.
Yeah.
So I just got pretty much kicked off of everything. Ended up in some bad stuff where obviously ended up in prison. And yeah, no one really knew what was going on at the time. So I lost everything. Me and Nick had a conversation over the phone and stuff, and he said like, I think, we should really part ways.
Yeah.
Than that because of what was going on. I don't think he wanted to kick me off at the time.
It's hard for Nick to do that stuff because he loves everyone that he has on his teams.
Yeah, but I wasn't. I went skating. I was just like, all my excuses for not turning up places. I was constantly like lying about not being places and what I was doing and that because I didn't want anyone knowing at the time. So I just threw everything away, which sucked.
Yeah. So where did you go from there then?
I kind of just, I kind of fell back in myself, wasn't really doing anything. I was skating like second-hand boards and stuff as and when I could. And I was just letting life just drain me.
Yeah.
And it was only when I went to prison, a few people were like, Blackwell's in prison, and they weren't too sure if I was or anything. And there's a couple of people that stuck by me, and that was like Batchelor, and that they stuck by me. at the time, I think it was Circa and Osiris they were doing, and that was it. And so I came out of prison, decided I need to sort myself out a little bit, and that was it from there.
Did you do a prison series interview for Vice years ago?
Yeah,
I remember opening up a magazine and being like, I fucking know this guy. I'm sure I know this guy.
Yeah, they wanted. They wanted to interview.
It's like a series of like 4 people or something.
Yeah, skaters, BMXers that had basically like thrown their lives away and fucked up royally. And so they done that. I'd literally just started sorting my life out properly, and started working with hot rods in the hot rod industry and stuff, doing cars and things. And that's when it was a event called the Trip Out. They wanted me to skate there and stuff, so I started skating again properly. But the day after, like, I came out of prison, there was the London Edge trade show, and
Olympia.
Yeah, and Matt and Simon were like, come down, hang out, like, come and skate. I was like, you know what? Yeah, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. So, like I said, literally day out of prison, jumped on the train, gone to London. I still had my like deaf setup and everything at the time, and I've still obviously that was my way of trying to be like, I'm doing it again, sort of thing, trying to be humble and maybe get back in there. And so it was real mad. Like Stu Graham was there, and they just looked after us. Spoke with Matt and Simon, and they just gave us a bit of guidance and things. So I literally left there like absolutely buzzing to be skating again and wanting it, which was really cool. No one wanted to deal with me or anything. No one wanted to sort me out, shoes, help me out or anything like that. Munson was there because he was obviously had Airwalk and things, and he was trying to look after us. He's always trying to point me in the right direction and stuff with things like that. And that was it. It was a struggle because when you let people down like that, it's hard for people to kind of trust you to come back to that. But who was it? Like someone turned round to my friend Roman, where we used to do the European contest. Like we'd done the Burnley Bowl Bash. Some of the Euros came over, and one of the guys there I made friends with called Roman. Yeah. And him and his brother own Muckefuck. Yeah. And out of nowhere, I remember getting this like call because there was a shop at the time called Southport who mugged off a lot of people, actually, a lot of distributors and stuff. Contacted Roman and was like, you heard of this guy Blackwell? Yeah, know him well. Well, he's struggling a bit. He's back on his board again. Do you want to help him out? And Roman was like, oh yes, is he actually like skating again? That he was like, yeah, like he's properly skating. So I filmed this kind of almost like a welcome back part sort of thing, which was through Skateport. Sent it to them, and he was like, yeah, 100%. So I get this call saying, we want to send you some boards, we want to keep you skating and stuff. Like, he was really chilled. He was like, no pressure, just want to send you some stuff to keep you skating. And that's what happened from there. Nice. And then we got called out to go on the Muckefuck. I think the first one was around Austria. And that was me, Munson. I think Potter came out on the first. Yeah, Potter did come out on the first one. So we went out to that, and then they presented me with a pro board.
Nice. Which one was the first? The Drac one. That's a good graphic.
Yeah, literally.
I like that graphic.
Like from nothing, from being this like lost cause, not really doing much or anything like that, to suddenly like getting back on my board again, skating with Munson and Potter and that, to just suddenly being given a pro board. It's like, holy fuck. Yeah. It's like, I don't fucking deserve this shit. Like, it was mental.
That's rad.
But I still say now, like, one of the saddest times for me in skating was parting ways with Death. Because Zorlak done so much for me. Yeah. And he put so much into it. Just promoting my board, always wearing the t-shirts and stuff, supporting me with my skating, listening to me, trying to give me advice and stuff. And I was just, at that time, I was a lost cause, so I was just gone.
Yeah, but he'll understand that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
even now, like I get on with him really well, and like met him not so long back. We had a skate at that as big on outdoor concrete park near Watford somewhere, one of the newer build ones. Can't remember the name of it. But we went for a session there, and we always have a chat. And I see him in Leigh-on-Sea for Phil Clutton's birthday as well.
Yeah.
We just chatted and stuff. But it's always been one of those sore points, like biggest regret in skating. Like doing that.
Have you spoken to Nick about it, like, since?
What, complete? I've never said, like, I've obviously apologised and stuff, and I've spoken to him about stuff. When I've needed boards, I've like just said, you know, can I get a board? I don't mind paying for it and stuff. And he's like sent me like trade price stuff.
Yeah.
And he's helped me out, but never really had like the full blown heart to heart thing and that. But I didn't want anyone knowing my private life and how much I was fucking up and what I was going through. Yeah, I just found it easier just like pull away, because no one really spoke about stuff like that back then or anything anyway.
Yeah.
So it was easier for me to just piss everyone off, think that I'm not doing anything, being useless, and just kick me off.
Pro board with Muckefuck.
Yeah, that was that one. Turned up, got off the plane, we went straight to this backyard pool, which was an incredible, hardest thing to skate. And seeing
The real pools are gnarly, aren't they? They're so, people don't realise they're just like this.
We're talking like shallow end, 6 inches of transition.
Yeah.
To the point where you just roll your board into it, hits the nose, stairs, and just the deep end, like all over the shop, but the best feeling. And seeing someone like Screech just rip it to pieces like the way he did was nuts. But yeah, we turned up and they've all just got like out bottles of beer, Muckefuck beer and everything. And they were like, you know, welcome to the team officially, sort of thing. I was like, what the fuck? And it's just, this board. So it was just, that was a massive thing. It pushed me. And they, even now, to this day, like, they support me like anything. If I need boards, like, I'm still proud of them. I got a new graphic coming out, actually, which is going to be released February.
Get one of those sent here to the podcast.
Yeah.
Muckefuck, if you're listening, reprint this Drac one right there, please.
Yeah. The new graphic, we go on like full Danny Way kind of style, like where he's had Silence of the Lambs style horror, the big head graphic sort of thing. This is what it is. It's like full. You'll love it. It's like,
you'll have to show us a picture after if you've got any
I've got one on my phone, so
as
soon as I have a break site, I'll show you it. But it's like burning church shit. It's just like there's going to be a lot of people really upset about it.
Yeah,
but it's I'm buzzing on it. It's well good.
What was your what boards came after then? She got a couple more there.
They done it in like a black and the grey version, and this is like a re-release of it. Because I was like, you know what, look cool. I reckon the creature style colourway would look really good in that sort of graphic.
Yeah.
Yeah, the colours bounce off each other really nice.
And I won't deny it originally was in like black, grey, and red. And I won't deny it, like Creature's an incredible brand, like Navarrete, love him to bits, wicked skater. And I was just inspired by that, and I just thought, let's do that. And after that, I was just like, it might be a bit of a Creature ripoff, but like it's that kind of graphic. It's my sort of style.
Let's just
do it.
Creature.
I fucking love Creature as well. It's still going and it's still strong.
Yeah,
and Navs is
he's
amazing.
wicked. He's like the kookiest guy, but just like really cool. I'm loving seeing his gym stuff he puts in there and everything like that. I don't know if you've seen any of his posts.
He's on the beach and stuff, doing all the yoga stuff outside the front of his house. Yeah,
he's real spiritual, and he's into a lot of like the Native American spiritual side of things and everything. So it's really cool to see. And
he's
I
rad.
fully get it. But that was that one. That was the second graphic, or third, because that's the third colorway print of it.
Yeah.
After that, we didn't know what to do. And unfortunately, we lost Jarvis. Like, he passed away, and that's one skater in my mind that out of a lot of people should have been given more. Like one of the most gnarly skateboarders in the UK to do it. Like some of the stuff we done was insane, but he was probably next level on that sort of thing. He was an absolute animal, and he never, like I say, to me, never got what he should have been given. And so I like being friends with him and just growing up, watching him grow up as a kid and skating with us and stuff. We just said, like, you know what, I want to do a collab. Do you mind? And I contacted his dad Andy and was like, look, I'm getting another board, but I don't just want it to be about me. I feel like I got to do this board. And he was like, 100%. He was like, oh, definitely. So I sent him a photo, and it was a photo of, it was the last time we'd been to Vertac in Malmo, and contest had just finished. Walking around, pissed as you do, and they had a photo booth called Skate Faces set up, and they were basically collaring all the pros that had been there for the event to come in and have a photo taken, and then the big photos were being put on a wall around the park. So they've collared me, I've gone in there, started doing the old look at me, I'm tough with my top off, beer in the hand, shit, and then Jarvis has stumbled in, pissed, what's going on in here? And they were like, jump in, this will be a well good photo and everything like that, get you both in there. So again, straight away, we're just like, yeah, we're tough, look at us, all gnarly with our beers and stuff. And then they were like, these photos, it's all wrong, show us some love. And I don't know where it came from, but without even thinking, both of us just went one arm around each other, looked up and she went, and that was it. That was the photo. And everyone just kind of went quiet. And it was really weird because they were like, this photo really means something. And it, like, this is going to last, sort of thing. This is going to be a photo that everyone remembers. And now obviously we know why.
Yeah.
So we sent the photo to Roman. Was like, it'd be really cool to do a photographic of this for him. He deserves this. And he's like, all right, leave it with me. So he knew an artist called Laura. Can't remember her second name. Sorry. And she just basically done this drawing. And yeah, that ended up being it.
Yeah, I remember that picture. I've seen that picture a couple of times.
So she done a drawing of the photo, and that ended up being it. And that
rad board.
It's a lovely board, that is.
It was just something like, I just felt he deserved to have it.
Yeah.
And he was a good friend.
Yeah.
And it was just changed everything. It was just something that I just felt needed to be done at the time.
Yeah.
But that was that one.
Nice. Let's talk about Ben.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know, Ben being from your neck of the woods and you grew up skating with him a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, he's been mentioned, you know, multiple times on this podcast.
Yeah. 7 years.
What do you like? What do you want to talk
7 years
about?
is so.
Oh no, it's
It
mental.
doesn't seem real, does it?
No.
What do you want to talk about it?
Like, finding him was pure accident because we were skating with some of the Colchester skaters, and some of them mentioned there was this kid in Wheelie.
Yeah.
And we were on our way to Rom. I don't know if Munch said the same thing, but we were basically on our way to Rom one day. We got caught in traffic jam near Colchester, and we were like, let's go and check out this new little park and see what this kid's all about. So we've gone down to this tiny little village in Wheelie, and it was a little concrete park there, and we were trying to like see if this kid was here, and we couldn't, you know, we were just skating. And then all of a sudden, this tiniest little kid went up court, came back, kickflip the driveway, sketchiest little kickflip, I would just land on top. And he went up and he done like just a boneless, and we were like, huh? He's too young to know about bonelesses, sort of thing, and he's in a little village, he ain't watching anything. So we kept watching him. He does a little no comply over the hip, and we're like, that's got to be Ben. Has to be him. So we just started chatting to him. And he's like, yeah, I'm Ben. Oh, nice to meet you. We were like, that was well good. And he's like, well, thank you. Like, all humble and stuff.
Yeah, he was dead polite.
So that's where we found him. It's like we just went, me, Pot and Munson, we all went skating for a day, and we just found him there like that. And from that point, we started going up there, hanging out. Every time we went skating somewhere, we'd pop in first, skate there with him, teaching something. He'd pick it up in seconds. He was like a sponge. Go back, and then every weekend that was way until the point where his mum said we could start taking him out with us.
Munson said that you give him like tricks to learn for the next time you went to visit, and he'd be able to do it.
He wouldn't just do it; he'd do it better than you've ever seen it.
Yeah,
like it was almost like he would soak up your trick, and then part way through that soaking, there was some sort of like filtration system where he took out all the sketchiness that you might put in there, and he just made it like you'd want to do it at such a young age as well. You'd just be like, what the hell? Which
is quite rare for someone that young to inspire someone older.
Yeah.
Usually you're looking at them and you're like, no style, you're no good.
Yeah. We hear all the time like, oh, there's this kid down the park. Oh, my son or my daughter, can do this and everything. You're like, yeah. Like the sponsor me tapes and stuff. But you just knew with him, instantly you knew. And he was so humble, he didn't have a clue. He was doing what we asked him to do, but he didn't know how good he was, what he was actually doing, or anything. He just didn't have a clue. And it stayed that way for years and years. And he just started coming skating with us all the time. Started taking him places, teaching him a trick. He'd do it 10 times better than you've ever done it, like straight off. And he just got better and better and better and better until he turned into what he was. It was insane. So good. But obviously there's the darker side.
Yeah.
With Ben, which loads of people don't know about, because obviously you got the foundation and stuff which was set up. But yeah, I've still got messages on my phone. And I knew something was kind of like he wasn't enjoying like life, sort of thing. Something was going amiss, and he had gone through a lot of injuries. Hard to come back from that sort of stuff. He was struggling a bit, and he moved to London, started hanging out with Horsey and everyone, which was really cool that he was around people like that.
Yeah.
But there's also a lot of people he was hanging around with in London, which he probably shouldn't have been. Because when Ben was skating when he was younger, no one gave a fuck about Ben, because no one gave a fuck about the way we skated at all. He was just some mosher kid.
Yeah.
No one cared. But the second like bigger brands like Volcom and stuff got involved, everyone around that sort of time was like, oh, so he's a cool kid now. We'll jump on his coattails. Oh, he's riding for Enjoy now. Oh, he's a cool kid now. And so they started kind of like just hanging around him more and more. And I think, to be honest, a lot of people were leeching off of him, of what he was doing, just because he's made it for himself now. Now you're a cool kid. Fuck off. You didn't give a shit about him when he was like just skating and still killing it or anything like that.
Yeah.
Why bother with him now? And I think a lot of pressure came from that. So out in America, ended up on Enjoy, which was really cool. It was cool that like Louis hooked it up and everything like that. Ben was saying like about having to skate a certain way all the time, doing the demo stuff, having to be that guy, when Ben just wanted to go skateboarding and just do what he'd done.
Yeah.
Like he didn't have to be told to do it. He could do it. And with all the board stuff, all the graphic stuff, then being told to go here, there and everywhere. Like there was one conversation where we were just sitting there. He gets a phone call. He's like, oh, I got to go to, like this was with Volcom sort of thing. He's like, oh, I got to go to Brazil tomorrow. And we're like, well, that's pretty cool. He's like, oh, yeah, but I just got to stand on a rock and take a photo wearing such, like whatever top and stuff. I don't really want it. There was a lot of pressure involved. When it came down to like Ben passing, like a few days before, I got messages from Ben, and like I say, I still got them on my phone, just saying, oh, I'm moving down to Cornwall. Like I've gone down to see Potter. You should come down. We'll have a fire and beers on the beach. I was like, yeah, wicked. Like, I'll come down the weekend and we'll do that. And he was like, all right, yeah, it'd be amazing. And I didn't hear anything back from that until I get a phone call from like Mark, and it was just like, are you with anyone? I was like, no, I'm just chilling or anything like that. He was like, oh, all right. I was like, what's up? And he was like, oh, it's Ben. I was like, oh, what's he done now? And he just went quiet. He just didn't say anything. I was like, you right? Like, what's going on? And he was like, he's dead. I was just like, what? I kid you not, I thought that he was having a joke with me.
Yeah,
And it's weird to think that someone would joke about something like that. I thought Ben had obviously turned up, surprised for the weekend, come back or something like that. And he was like, no, he's gone. I was like, what? And so I obviously heard about what happened and stuff. So it was a big shock. But I think a lot of it, he was suffering from like unknown pressure from all angles, a lot with skating, a lot with his home life and everything, which he did for years because Mark took him under his wing and he moved into Munson's for a while, which helps out massively because then he started going to America and things before all of that. But leading up to that, we didn't realise how bad things really were until it came down to like the funeral day. Basically, we had the funeral and then there was the wake down at the skate park. And I just noticed some of the reactions of people like, obviously won't say who, was like, you know, what the fuck to you sort of thing. And that's when I started feeling, was like, oh, what's going on? They started saying things. He was not happy. But we didn't see it. We didn't see it back home. And I think he never spoke to Potter, myself or Munson about it because I think maybe I don't know if he would have felt that we might have been ashamed of him or something like that, or turn around and say, like, oh, don't be stupid, sort out something. But none of us knew. Like, we didn't know how much he was struggling or anything like that. And I think he was covering things up with, like, alcohol and a couple of other things as well.
Yeah.
And it just, out of nowhere, just sent him over the edge. But there's all the stuff, like I say, he wouldn't want happening now. To see a lot of people now are jumping, and like people that, I'm going to say it, like a lot of has-beens and stuff like that around the London sort of scene that have jumped on and are doing things in the name of Ben, which Ben wouldn't have wanted. And I think it's more to keep their names in the loop rather than Ben's. I don't think there's too much love for that. You can tell the serious people that have a lot of love for Ben and still miss him. Like, you've got people like Barney Page, for one, like what he does to show for mental health and everything, and what the things he's spoken about and done for Ben is unreal. Like, it's insane. He's still doing it. Stu Graham's just about, he's trying to get us all together to do a skate across Ireland, all in the name of like mental health and for Ben and everything as well. And some of the names involved with that, they were like what I call proper friends, people that knew Ben. Like, no, I think a lot of people that towards the end, they think they knew Ben, but they knew the Ben of now, like watching him grow up. When you look at people, like say Noah, Habgood, Churchill, Munson, Potter, Jerome, like everyone who's seen Ben from a kid and seen what he achieved and what he done, knew who he really was. They're like his true friends and stuff. Yeah. But he never turned to anyone. And it's a shame because he was just the nicest kid. Yeah. And it was like,
yeah, he really was.
Yeah, it really sucked. But some other things I said about, I was going to bring something on here and that, which I've had for a while. And
is this what you were alluding to in the messages? The other
night? Yeah, because I had something sent to me around that time, and it was all to do with talks, and this is how I found out about information about how he wasn't happy in certain brands, things like that. And a certain person was trying to get his hands on things, and they were like, no, can't let him have this stuff. Yeah. Like, even down to actually, I'll talk about the footage in a minute and everything, because the person is involved who sent this to me. Didn't want him getting hold of it because they thought he's going to make money from it, because that's what he's like, and it's just going to end up in the wrong hands. So I got sent this.
Fucking have no idea what this is.
I don't know if there's another one, but apparently it's the only one, and it was meant to be made and never got issued because obviously it went under.
Right. No way. His pro shoe?
Yeah.
That's it. This is sample?
That was meant to get made. I think S went.
Yeah.
And obviously Ben had his issues and stuff. So it never went into production.
Right.
And apparently this is literally
No shit.
Yeah. Put that there a second. That's when I was speaking to the guy who sent it, everything.
Yeah.
That's what came with it.
Oh, right. Okay.
Don't read any
So,
of it out.
No, I won't. But I just saw who it's from, and that kind of makes sense.
Yeah. So anyone who wants to sit there and say, "Oh no, you know, this has got to be bollocks, not spin truth or anything like that," this is all legit,
Mm.
and it's all the stuff that people don't talk about.
Yeah. You know, in his size as well, right?
Yeah. If you can take the insults out, stuff if you want, like, it's a mad thing. No.
What a lovely message that
Yeah.
is.
Can I have a look at that, Forde?
Never to be repeated.
That's
Can I
probably
look at
one of the
Can I look at the insole
most
of
of
it?
it. I'll quickly take that up for you. That's probably seriously what he was telling me about being so valuable.
You know, it's amazing you've got hold of it.
Yeah.
Almost like, because, you know, the glue starts going after 25 years. It'd be rad if you could somehow preserve it.
Someone was trying to get their hands on them, and they knew the reason why. And they were like, can't let any of these guys get their hands on them. These have got to get out of here.
Because they wanted to bring it out and as a kind of nod.
Maybe, or again, it was one of those things where they
Can I just
weren't
read that
going-
letter again?
It was going to be the only one, and someone might want to cash in on it.
Yeah.
Obviously
The
not going to
one-off.
say whose name's on them, but he writes some lovely messages on those things.
Yeah.
Quite tearful.
Because for some people, this would be like a easy cash-in job, make money from
Oh yeah,
it.
you'd make a lot of money off them.
I wouldn't give this to anyone. I don't care who they are. Like, someone's said before, who I showed, they were like, "Oh, you should give that to a certain someone." I was like, "No, It stays with me. That's why it's given to me. Knowing full well it won't go any further. I'll close it."
Yeah, so, like what we spoke about earlier, people didn't talk about their feelings and stuff years
We've
ago.
had a lot of people come on here,
Yeah.
open up, and then after they've been like, sadly, it's because of the Ben stuff that we
Yeah.
all talk now.
Well, we grew up thinking that
And
you
like,
had to
look
be
at
tough and
Munson,
punk.
like look at Munson as well, and maybe yourself, where it was like you had to be hard in skating,
Yeah.
and you can only keep it up for so long.
Me and Munson, we still talk now because obviously we skate like a lot, well, when we can, sort of thing. But we're always having conversations just literally about like how you are, how life is and stuff like that, and what's going on and stuff. And we never used to before. Like, he's opened up about his life and talking out, being in therapy and stuff. I'd done the same and that, and we all sorts of different things like that because you got to.
Munson was
Like,
the first guest to break that chain for us when he came in and spoke about because even then I was like, if Munson, one of the hardest dudes ever, can sit there and be like, I've had bad times and had to go talk to someone.
yeah,
Fucking anyone can.
yeah. Excuse me.
Yeah, I mean,
It's exactly
so the positive spin,
There
obviously.
hasn't really been that much support in skating or anything like that because it wasn't cool. There's this whole image where it's got to be tough, and I think now there needs to be more of it because there's a lot more younger skaters being picked up in the industry now. And you look at things like the Olympics and things like that; they've been thrown into this massive machine, and they've got to be looked after. And I said this when I done the interview to do with like the Olympic skaters and things like that. They've got to be looked after. There's got to be someone looking after their mental health as well. Because if you're taking someone into that kind of a life straight away without any what I call life skills, without having a proper job or anything like that, without having to build knowledge of what the real world's really like, it's going to squash you and it will mentally break you. And that you can't just expect people to perform and everything just as your little showpiece. You got to look after people because it will kill you.
I think all three of us have said numerous times on the podcast, if we were a kid getting into skating now, we don't think we would be as into skating if we were getting into it, like if we were like 15, 16 getting into it now. So it's just the landscape of it's different.
Yeah, it's hard enough anyway. Like, skating's hard enough mentally when you're battling tricks and stuff, let alone like all the other pressures that come with it from sponsors, events, competition.
It's a lack of routine
money
as well,
and stuff.
isn't it? Within
It's
being
not normal.
A pro skater is.
Yeah,
You never know. Like you're saying with Ben, just getting a call and he's like, I'm going to Brazil tomorrow.
yeah.
You know, it's that. I mean, that would fucking spin me out.
People think it's an amazing thing. They
I was
think
about to say, I think I'd enjoy it at first because I'd be like,
You
oh,
would
here,
at
there, and
first,
everywhere. But then
but
you're
it would wear thin real quick.
I think one thing that a lot of people don't realise is as well, I don't think it matters what level of sponsored skater you are. I think just being, I think it's one of those things where just knowing that you've got to, like, if you know that you're going somewhere and filming the next day, like mentally preparing for that and knowing that you're going to be doing things that are risky. It's different to an average existence, isn't it? I don't think it's the sort of thing
it's the expectation, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the help that skaters get needs to be from skaters because I think they're the only people that sort of understand each other.
That's why I try to, like, it goes down to, like, the way I promote a lot of my Instagram stuff now. I try to promote, like, being positive in yourself about it, looking after yourself, and talking to people mentally and stuff, because it's not worth holding everything in, because it will fucking it'll break you. Like I'm battling stuff in myself as it is at the moment. And that's why I talk to, like, Mark a lot and other people that know, and it's fucking horrible. You just feel like you're being crushed and there's nowhere to turn to, and not having that, like I say, it fucking kill you.
Yeah.
And it's just anything, just spark conversation about absolutely anything. Just say something. Like, no one's going to laugh at you, not anymore. Like,
and if they do, they're the sort of person that you don't want anything to
exactly,
do. If somebody laughs at you, like, bearing your soul to them, they're a fucking prick.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Well, you know, if anyone's listening, need help, there's plenty of things to reach out to. You can put them in the description and all that kind of stuff, can't you? So
yeah, and if you think that someone's struggling as well, don't just not say something, even if it's just a light inkling or something. Just talk to them.
Yeah.
Don't just think, they'll be all right.
Yeah, just reach out, check in with people.
Yeah,
see how people are.
It's fucking harsh because we spoke about it before. Like, I lost one of my best mates like 2 years ago now, just suddenly, and we were just talking as normal through message like a couple of days before. Then I was in America and got a phone call like, "Oh, have you heard about Sean?" And I knew straight away, and it sits with me all the time. It's pretty mental.
It's always the what if.
Just creeps up and it just brings you to tears.
Yeah,
because you kind of feel a bit guilty as well that you couldn't really spot it.
Yeah, always the what if. And some of the biggest names as well that are going through it and that are starting to talk about it now. It's just, it's good to hear. Like I say, my friend Tom, he started a Facebook page and he got me involved called Skate Mental Health. And it's literally an open, it's not open, you have to join it, but it's a Facebook page where people can go in there and that feel vulnerable and they can just talk about anything. You can open up if you want to, you don't have to. You can talk about your day, like, it can be absolutely anything, skating, what your coffee tastes like, anything. If you feel like that helps you release, so that people know that you're probably having a bad day, but you're making out that you're not, just knowing that you're there, that's what it's there for. And I was quite surprised some of the names that joined into that, see on there, I was like, holy shit, these people are struggling. And it's sad to think about when you think about it, but yeah, it's really good as well. So if
maybe
anyone
can link that up as well in the notes, the show notes. Yeah,
text the link over to Toby.
Yeah,
and I'll put it in there.
Yeah, you might not get like people chatting to you and responding on there or anything like that. And if people don't think that no one's listening,
it's just to put it.
People
out there.
don't always reply, but they're seeing it, so you know for well someone knows. And like I say, you don't have to talk about your struggles. Talk about anything you want. It's just that little post. Yeah, it's saying like, I'm having a bad day, but I'm here. Is everyone all right? Sort of thing. It's just that little thing that can make a massive difference.
I think sometimes it's just knowing that you're around people that are in a similar position as yourself can help without even needing to say anything, can't it?
Yeah, without feeling like you're a burden.
Yes, exactly.
Because that's the main problem. A lot of people think, I don't want to put my problems onto everyone else. That's what I done.
I think that's the main reason that people don't talk, to be honest with you. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a pretty good time to end it.
I was just going to say.
That's the wrong turn of phrase. Fucking hell, why did I say that?
I was just going to say who.
Can you do that bit better?
Fucking Christ.
Jesus
No,
Christ.
it's
Don't
fine.
put that in.
I know what you meant though. It's a good message to.
Yeah, I think it's a good ending message though, for
Well,
sure.
I think like who painted the board, the beautiful board. If you want to pick that up, and we can show the cameras that, and that's a lovely hand painting board. That is.
Yeah.
This basically, like everyone knows Alex Tacuna.
Yeah.
And Alex Tacuna, part of what we were talking about earlier, Eastpak Tour, he was what I call original Eastpak because he was a tiny little kid.
Yeah.
And he got into skateboarding because he was walking through shopping centre one day with his dad, and some idiot, i.e. me, thought he's going to ollie out the mini ramp over the back of the barrier to the flat. And I nearly killed him, nearly squashed him. But his reaction was, oh my God, that's amazing. I want to do that. So this, I think he was like 6 or 7 at the time. His dad said, can we come and follow you around on the rest of the tour? So he done that for it. And then that was it. From there on, that was, he was a skateboarder from there on. And now look at him. But basically, when Ben passed, he knew I was like struggling a lot with it. He said, I've got something for you. I've spoken to one of my friends who's like pretty known artist, and I'm really sorry that I can't remember his name. But he was like, what's your address? So I gave him my address. And this board turned up in the post. So he had this board commissioned by this artist as a thank you for what I'd done for Alex. And I just thought, absolutely blown away. So this sits like literally in the window where the sun comes in and shines on it every day when the sun's out, obviously.
Yeah.
Basically,
yeah, super rad.
The nicest
Big
things
up Alex
to have
Tacuna for
for
doing that.
He's
Alex
a good lad.
Good egg. Yeah, there you go. Wrap it up.
Right, on that note, thank you for coming on.
Thanks, Lee.
You
That
know,
was
I appreciate it.
talking about
Like,
stuff. It's important.
Yeah,
I'm still pretty
Appreciate
humbled to be here. Like, I can't believe that I've seen everyone on here. What was it? Steph Nerdin before that. It was like the kid Adams was on here, and I was like, holy shit. Do you want to come on here?
Well, but, you've been on the list for a long time. It's just, logistically and timings
There's
and
just
things.
so
it's
much
just,
stuff constantly going on here that it's like,
we have to
even say,
squeeze
for
things
example,
in.
there might be someone in the building that's like, oh, we could have used them for this, but this is just as important in our opinion. So
but we knew we'd get you on at some point.
it was after that
I really
eggplant.
appreciate it.
Yeah, the eggplant.
When I saw the eggplant, I was like, we need to get him on now.
I still can't believe I've done that. Like I say,
I knew you were going to fucking do it. I could see
I
you
got
getting
called out
more
on it.
fired up.
Toby was over. Toby was
called
over
out.
that side of the park. I was over this side of the park with a fucking machine gun.
On a wireless mic.
And we were going, Blackwell, Blackwell,
Eggplant.
I literally came out because I was working down the road.
That
I was
is
in the
not a
area.
good ramp either. That is not an easy ramp.
It was freaking horrible. It didn't seem
It's still
possible
there.
to do anything.
No one's done anything on it since.
Even rolling up it. Like,
What were we saying? You were working down the road or something?
yeah, I was working like a few miles down the road.
Yeah, because you
Yeah,
passed by.
because
and
you
were like,
messaged me, didn't you? You were like,
Yeah,
I'm going to
I'm
go
in
to
the
roll
area.
snakes, and you didn't know the event was on, did you?
No.
And you just
I had
turned
my
up.
board in the car and I just came to hang out. And then,
You're chucking eggs.
stupid little thing comes
Throwing
out and
eggs
everything
about
like that. And
like a
they like,
fucking
Blair will do
nutter.
it. And it's like, I've just been called out in front of everyone. And
That's
I run,
fucking rad, like that got intense. That last
that
5
like,
minutes or so.
that like sealed the day.
Yeah,
After that,
that
it
was
was
good,
like no one else. You don't need to skate after that.
Yeah.
I think Toby on the mic was like, right, Forde, once he fucking does this eggplant, throw the prizes out.
Yeah.
That was it.
I got to a point with it where I was like, this is not happening. Like, why am I even doing this? This is just stupid.
But eggplants are hard anyway, and there's no room against that wall.
That wide the road.
And
it
the
should have
wall's
been
like
possible.
this, right
Yeah,
next to you. So
yeah.
you really had to.
But you fucking did it, though.
You did it good as well. And then I fucking slung that board so fucking hard.
You got
Like,
the trophy, didn't you? The
Yeah,
3D
yeah.
printer.
I well appreciate that. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I did shock myself doing that.
Yeah. That's
It
Nick
just
Roberts. Do you remember Nick Roberts?
Yeah,
He's pro
yeah.
thieving. He does all those at home. Does all the
Yeah.
printing stuff.
Yeah.
Well,
Good.
Thanks very much for coming, dude.
Thank
thank
you
you
for
very
Really
much for
enjoyed
coming
that.
on.
Appreciate it.
And if we'll link up all the resources we mentioned there, the Facebook page and all the other bits and bobs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big up yourself.
Right, let's have a round of applause,
Thanks very
please.
much.
Cheers,
Thank you
dude.
very much. Right, give me that original Muckefuck board right now.